Peace, 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 everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat. My name is Joshua Lethal. I am back again today with a very special video. Just so we're clear, I need to make sure you guys hear me. Go ahead and put the microphone emoji if you can hear me in the chat loud and clear. I'm going to start my chat right now. So shout out to y'all in the chat. Thank you guys for joining me. Today is Friday. I have a little extra time. I want to come to you and have a good conversation about a particular topic that we've talked about before, but I want to give a little bit more clarity and insight on why black men have such a problem with this now. We've been here before. We know the answer. The reason why my channel exists at this point is not to get credit for any particular thing. I'm not here to get famous. I'm not here to be recognized as the one who said it first. I'm just here to say the truth and give the news that the news is a show. So, although I've said these things many years ago, I've been formulating these hypotheses, if you will, for a very long time. And there was a period of time where a brother such as myself who would say these type of things, he just sounded crazy, right? Now, due to certain circumstances, other people saying it, other people doing it so often, it's become a large thing. What am I talking about? Well, of course, I'm talking about the black man in a dress. We're going to talk about that hopefully slightly extensively tonight, not too deep, but I do have to start with some breaking news or more-ish kind of breaking-ish news. I don't know. I don't want to take too much of your time today, but I figured I had a little time. And I just woke up from a nap. I was supposed to do this earlier. I want to do it earlier, but actually it's right around 4. So this is the best time to do it because anybody who usually works like a 9 to 5 type thing, you can watch this around this time. That's why I usually don't go live around, 9 in the morning, 12 p.m., 2 p.m. I usually don't go live till at least 4 or 5, 7, 9 o'clock. Only because I know people be doing stuff and they don't have time to really sit down and watch a live stream sometimes during the weekday. And as you guys know, on the weekend, I would come to you and do some live streams on the weekend, but I don't really have the time because I work a lot on the weekends. If you guys hear me loud and clearly, let me know in the chat. What up, Buckshot? The weather out here, today it's sunny, but it's still windy. So I don't know if you guys know, but we had an Arctic blast type thing out here in Texas on Monday and Tuesday, and on Monday it was I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of cold. Like on Monday it started icing, which means it was raining, but the rain had turned into ice by the time it touched us. So I got on my bike. I had to go somewhere, and I didn't realize it was raining. I just thought it was cold. And it was definitely raining, so I had like 3 jackets on. My biggest jacket had had ice all over my sleeves. I had ice on my beanie, ice on my hood, and then my bike had ice all over the front of it. So that was Monday and Tuesday. I think Tuesday might have been colder. I don't know, but I was inside all day on Tuesday, so I don't know. I went outside yesterday and I went outside Wednesday. And it was decent, still a little chilly, but nothing crazy. Today, looks like it's sunny. I haven't even been outside today, so I don't know. But as you know, I'm a runaway slave, so I will be on that run again tomorrow. Now, enough about me. Let me read you guys some comments. What up, Tahuti? What's good, Chucky? Jay, as usual. Oh, damn, a snowstorm is hitting the East Coast right there. But y'all are used to that type of stuff, right? If I'm not mistaken. Like I don't know about in Delaware, but I know like in certain places, like they get a lot of snow all the time, 6 foot of snow. That's just normal to them. So Texas is a little different because our weather usually be in the 100 degrees and shit like that. But it is what it is. So we are going to talk about today the black man in the dress conversation. Why? Well, because it's becoming more prevalent, believe it or not, than it was in the 90s. And that's what a lot of people like to bring up. Oh, well, you never said anything in the 90s when black men were wearing dresses. Well, for the most part, they're right. Let's just be honest. For the most part, they're right. The average black American man was not saying that, you know, Martin was taking part in a humiliation ritual in the 90s. If we're being honest, we were not saying that. But I just need you to understand that black men and black people and people in general have the right to learn new information, have the right to evaluate certain histories and certain patterns, and we can come up with new hypothesis. Okay, so our hypothesis, which is actually in many cases substantiated by a lot of history, is that black men are being placed in these positions to wear dresses in order to publicly humiliate the black male image. Now, this is where some people fall off because they don't understand the strategies of war. Long gone are the times of physical slavery. Like, I need you guys to get this out of your head. I'm not talking about y'all, but anybody, you got a lot of people who watch my channel that don't comment or whatever because they're scared, because they know this real over here and they know everybody rides together. So niggas is scared to disagree. But I always tell you guys you can disagree. But before you disagree, I need to know that you can understand the strategies of warfare. Because a lot of times I get into these arguments and they'll say, well, they didn't make them wear a dress. They didn't put a gun to their head and wear a dress. And, anyway, even if they did wear a dress, what does that have to do with other black men? So these are the common narratives or the common responses I'm hearing. One black man that's famous and masculine wearing a dress is not going to affect, other black men. It's not going to affect the image of black men. I also hear, they weren't forced. They got paid. They willingly put the dress on. I also hear that. What's another one I hear? One of the main ones that I hear from black people. What up, de facto? One of the main things I hear from black people is, we're not still in slavery. Look, you're wearing Gucci. How are you enslaved? How are we slaves if we can shop at Gucci, right? And so hopefully we can tackle those ideas tonight once and for all. I doubt it, because there's always going to be the late crowd, the crowd in the back of the class that was sleeping and goofing off, and they're not going to hear the information. So this is why we have to be diligent. But as of the most recent information that's been going on yesterday, and I did a stream about it yesterday, it turns out that the grassroots cannot be stopped. I'm going to say it again. The grassroots had a huge victory yesterday that happened because of the grassroots. We need to understand the police did not make what happened yesterday a reality. The grassroots put the feet of the police to the fire to go and investigate. Now, if you don't know what I mean, I guess we have to start there. We did a stream yesterday, and we will get into this dress situation. I'll probably be here about 2.5 hours. It is what it is. There was a video I did yesterday, and I want you guys to check it out, okay? I want you guys to check out the video I did yesterday. Why? Because the video I did yesterday was another deep dive into the brick situation. Now, as you guys know, I've done a few videos on her before, quite a few videos actually. And the reason why I decided to invest so much time into this woman's life is because I realized that this was very likely a scam and everything else that you want to call it. And I realized how detrimental it was to the Black American male image. Now, this is again why I told you I'm just simply not interested in having conversations with certain people about this topic. One, women. Women, a lot of the times, they act like they just don't understand what the fuck we're saying about masculinity. And maybe they don't, right? I mean, let's just be real, guys. Raise your hand if you've ever heard women, whether when they were young girls or teenagers or preteens or adults, just talk about or just walk out with their titties out in front of their homegirls. You know, how many people have heard stories of women walking out with their titties out, or even better, complimenting each other's titties, squeezing each other's titties, slapping each other's butt, squeezing each other's butt, seeing each other naked when they were younger, taking baths together, experimenting and kissing each other. Raise your hand if you've ever heard any of these things about young girls, older girls, women, old ladies. They don't see anything wrong. Oh my girl, even if it's something as simple as, girl, you're so pretty. Oh my God, you're so pretty, girl. Even something as simple as that, guys. Even something as simple as that. You're so pretty. That's just something men don't necessarily do. We don't necessarily go up to random men. Oh, you're, man, bro, you are handsome, bro. Oh, man. Oh, you are so handsome, bro. Oh, where'd you get your hair cut? Oh my God, you're so handsome. That's just something we don't do. Most of us, at least, don't go around wiggling each other's wieners. Talk to me in the chat. I said most of us don't go around wiggling each other's wieners, you know, pinching each other's butts and all this, twisting each other's nipples and this weird goofiness. Even when we take showers together in the locker room, you better not be caught looking at another man's ass. You better not be caught looking at another man's penis at the urinal or some shit like that, because it might go down right then and there. So let's establish the fact already that men and women view their sexuality in much different ways. Whether that's right, whether that's wrong, when that started, how that started, all that doesn't matter. As of today, the average man, and I would say the average black man, but let's just keep it real. The average man and the average woman do not interact with the same sex the same way. Women interact very sexually, very playfully. Hell, it might even be innocent. I don't know. I just know if I walk up to any of you guys in the chat and try to wiggle your fucking wiener, talking about, oh, you got a big wiener. What? That's unheard of. So when we have conversations with certain women about this, I guess it makes sense why she doesn't understand why Dwayne Wade is such a big deal, why all this stuff is a big deal, right? I remember one time when the news came out about Dwayne Wade's son and he was really trying to transition the son, I went and found the only other black man that was working that day at my job. At the time, I was working at a different place. I went and found the other black man that was in the kitchen. I asked him about that. Hey, man, you heard about Dwayne Wade? He was like, yeah, that's a goddamn shame. Tell me why this woman is going to walk past us, jump into our conversation that we were having one-on-one. Yeah, I heard about Dwayne Wade. What's wrong with Dwayne Wade? What's wrong? And I said, he's turning his son into a girl. The woman said, so what's the problem with that? I said, oh, wow. That's when I started realizing that either they don't want to understand it or they simply don't. And you know what? It's not on me to decide. At this point, I'm not here to figure out if you just are being willfully ignorant or if you're actually just slow. So a lot of women are not going to get the conversation with the black man in a dress. Also, a lot of Caucasian people are not going to necessarily understand your thing because culturally, like I told you before, culturally, they've been wearing dresses, they've championed homosexuality, they've championed pedestry and pedophilia, they've championed necromancy, they've championed bestiality. I'm talking Greek, Roman, I'm talking wrestling naked, gymnos. Can somebody put that in the chat? You remember when I talked about that? Gymnos. The word gymnos, G-Y-M-N-O-S, is a Latin term where the word gymnasium, or, you know, I'm going to the gym, G-Y-M, I'm going to the gym, gymnasium, short for gymnos, the Latin term, which means to wrestle naked, to do sport with another man butt naked. That's why WWE and all these wrestling, you're used to the men in the leotards, no shirt on, little bitty tights. They used to wrestle naked. Of course, they can't do it now on primetime television, at least. But this is why I told you I can't speak to certain people. And that brings me to the third type of people I can't speak about or to when it comes to this situation. The third person is black people who don't, black men who don't understand the strategies of warfare. So again, so we're clear. If you are a woman, if you are a Caucasian, and if you are a black man who does not understand the specific strategies of warfare, at least at a basic level, then it's not that I don't want to teach you or I don't want to tell you the information, but us having a debate about it at this late hour in 2024 is just not going to work, okay? So if you are one of those three people, just sit this one out. A woman, a Caucasian person, or a black person that doesn't understand the systematic enforcement of the ideologies of white supremacy. Now, respectfully, if you are one of those three people, you can sit and learn, you can comment, but please do not disagree with anything, because you clearly do not view sexuality in the same lens as heterosexual black men. You clearly either are white and that's part of your culture, so you see nothing wrong with the shit that I'm showing you, or it's as simple as you're black and you, like I said, you're a black man and you just don't know what the fuck time it is. Okay, so let's get straight to the point. But before we get to the dress conversation, I want to update you on some things that I wanted to show you yesterday, or I did that did not come out yesterday when I did a stream. I did a stream yesterday talking about the brick woman who's now on the run from the police. If you did not see that story, please go watch the stream yesterday. It's kind of a long video, so you can skim it if you'd like, but I would suggest you watch the video. Even, here's another thing. If you're ever watching my videos and you say, damn, this nigga did another 5-hour video, go to the settings and you'll see the settings, I think at the bottom left, the bottom right, or the top right, this little settings bar, and click on that and go to playback speed 1.2.5 or 1.5. You can speed up my voice so that the video is shorter, that you can hear everything, but I'm not talking like I'm talking now. You can speed up my voice. So I want you to watch the stream yesterday because we covered a lot of key important elements in the story that came out. If you don't know, the woman who said that she got hit with a brick by black men, or a black man while black men were watching, is now on the run from the Houston police. As you guys know, I went out to the location. I'm out here in Houston, so this is very close to home for me. I'm also not gonna lie, hearing that she's on the run from the police, it brings me extreme joy. I'm just gonna say it again. Hearing that this woman is on the run from the police for lying is bringing me extreme. I haven't laughed like this since the Alabama brawl, ladies and gentlemen. What year was that? August of last year? I haven't laughed like this in a good 6 months since them white people got thrown in the ocean on the Alabama brawl. That was the last time I remember smiling like a child on Christmas Day, just ear to ear, that was the last time. But now, I was smiling like this morning when I saw all of the information coming out. So please go watch that stream, and we're going to pick up where we left off. The woman is now on the run from the police. She hasn't made any other videos, but she keeps on posting little cryptic messages on her Instagram. Of course, this made national news, and let's talk about that. Do I still have the video talking about her going to jail? No. I think I deleted that one, which is okay because, oh, there it is right here. I'm going to play this video real quick one more time just for anybody who didn't catch it yesterday. And I want you to go read the 2 different articles that click to Houston, because somebody put that in the chat. Click the number 2, Houston. That's the website where you can personally read both of the things. You read the recap and you read the district attorney's interview on it, where they said they have video of her going to the club with the man that she said assaulted her. They have video of her coming out the club with the man. They have video of her walking up to him and twerking on this man. Again, this is brand new information that she did not say in the video. She did not say she went to the club with him. She did not say she went outside of the club with him. She did not say she twerked on him. She did not say she got in his car for many minutes. She did not say she struck him first. So we talked about all of these groundbreaking revelations last night. Now we have some new information. But just so we're clear, and you know that I'm not making shit up, let the white man tell you. How about that? Somebody put that in the chat. Because you know, here's another thing that's wrong with our people. Our people, it doesn't matter if remember that song by Kid Cudi? The sky might fall, the sky might fall, but I'm not worried at all. Come on, come on. The sky might fall. The sky might fall, but I'm not worried at all. Come on, come on. the black people in America, the sky could be falling, but it's not true until the red man says it. The sky can literally be falling right now. And somebody pointed out, but because the red man didn't say it, and you don't have a degree from the red man's institution, and they didn't hear the red man come out and say panic, it just doesn't matter. So I'm gonna let the red man tell you that she was the aggressor, and there's video evidence, and the man just slapped her back. And there was no brick. Talk to me in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. There was no brick, and hence, she is now being charged with what? What is she being charged with? Yes, we went through it yesterday. She is now being charged with felony theft by deception, because in the original video and this video and all the other videos, she said a story that was not true. It's not that she left out some parts. It's not that she accidentally forgot some details. Like she said, what she said about this was simply not true. So when she started a GoFundMe with that narrative, that's what went viral. That's what got everybody's sympathy involved. And that's how she was able to raise $42,300. But enough of that. Again, felony theft by deception is acquiring money, property, or anything other than okay, let me say it one more time. In some cases, the prosecutor will allege, because I feel like this sentence isn't written right, but whatever. In some cases, the prosecutor will allege the defendant committed theft of money by deception by acquiring money, property, or any other than of value from another without that person's effective consent. Can somebody put that in the chat? Effective consent. What does that mean? Consent is not effective if it is induced by deception, Cardi B. Remember, Cardi B says she's going to bring a transgender who looks like a woman and talks like a woman to her boyfriend if her boyfriend cheats on her, and she's going to tell her boyfriend she wants to have a threesome, and she's going to let the transgender suck his penis, and when he wakes up, she's going to tell him that was a transgender. That's damn near sexual assault by deception, because consent is not effective if it is induced by deception. You said you were going to let your homegirl suck my nether region. You didn't say your homegirl used to be a boy, and so it's not your homegirl, and now you want this boy to suck my nether region. You never said that. That's deception. But again, I'm going to let the red man talk to you real quick, and we're going to try our best to run through these receipts before I talk about what I have to talk about tonight, because this is breaking news, and we need to hear about this. Talk to me in the chat, ladies and gentlemen.
The woman at the center of a viral video who claimed a man threw a brick at her head because she would not give him her phone number is now wanted by Houston police. This story got national attention after that woman live streamed what she claimed was the aftermath on Instagram and started a GoFundMe. Only KPRC2's Bryce Newberry is talking with the prosecutor on this case tonight. He joins us live near the Galleria with the latest. Bryce.
Daniela, Houston police got called to this street in September, and when they arrived, the woman seen in that viral video told them that an Uber driver threw a brick at her head and then tried to kidnap her. But tonight, she has become the focus of this criminal investigation because Houston police say the surveillance footage captured by cameras on this street doesn't match her story.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watched.
This video with more than 1 million likes on the Shade Room's Instagram page captured the moments after what appeared to be a brutal attack in West Houston.
Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face?
The woman is 33-year-old Rhoda Osman.
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this?
Seen here in tears in a hospital gown.
She told the detective that responded that she was hit in the head with a brick after she refused to give her phone number to a guy on the street.
And was that verified by any of the evidence that detectives looked at?
No, that was not verified.
Harris County prosecutor Keith Houston says surveillance videos from that early September morning show Osman hitting a man first.
So she's the one she was the aggressor?
She was the aggressor, yes.
And it was a water bottle that hit her, not a brick?
He did have a water bottle in his hand, and we think that's what left the mark.
According to court documents.
Oh, just so we're clear, guys, you guys can go watch the entire stream from yesterday. We're not here to talk about what we talked about yesterday. I broke that down already. What I want to talk about is some new revealing information. Now, the first thing that needs to be known is there was no brick. She hit him first. She knew him. She danced on him. They were having possibly even sexual interactions, possibly. So the entire story that she told about, also there was no black men that stood by and watched her get hit with a brick. These are the things that I talked about. These are the things that people like Consciously and these other goofy YouTubers and TikTokers, they're purposely avoiding. Now the story is, guys, listen, this is the narrative now. Does anybody want to guess what the narrative is? It went from all these black men standing around watching. Go look how many YouTube videos where women actually found a physical brick. There was YouTube videos with this one woman on Comedy Hype. I showed it. She did a whole 30-minute segment. She brought in a woman from Barbados, and they were shitting on black Americans. She picked up a physical brick to show everybody, look, this is what he used. Wow. Now, that is what I'm tackling. That is why we're focused on this woman so much. It's not that she lied. Bitches lie every day, B. She lied on us for financial gain. And even more than the financial gain is the destruction she did to the black community. Don't you know nothing is free? She got that $42,000, but at what cost? The cost of the black community, which she is not from. So we're going to stay on that ass. We're definitely going to stay on that ass, but let me show you this. This is another video that I was showed directly right when I got off of the stream. Last night, I showed you a whole bunch of videos. I showed you that one video that I just showed you with a red man. You know when the red man is involved, it's going down. These red men are publicly talking about it. They're definitely looking for you, man. So now I showed you that video, but then I got off the stream and I saw the same red man for Channel 2 News. Shout out to Channel 2 News. Everybody put your deuces in the air for Channel 2 News Houston. Holding this winch's feet to the fire. This same red man that was interviewing the district attorney's office, he went up to the courthouse or the jailhouse to see if she turned herself in. And as of today, ladies and gentlemen, she's still on the run.
That brings us here to Houston Police Headquarters today. We got alerted earlier today that Miss Osmond, that Brick Lady, was planning to surrender and turn herself in because she's wanted for theft in Harris County. We were contacted by the new Black Panther Nation and Quanell X because he was contacted by her for help and to arrange the surrender. So it was our understanding that that was supposed to happen at 3:45 today. You can see right now that time has passed. And as we arrived here at Houston Police Headquarters today, we got another alert that Miss Osmond, Brick Lady, is a no-show. She decided to not surrender. I spoke with Candace Matthews, part of the new Black Panther Nation, and she told me that they had an agreed meeting location today. They were supposed to be meeting with Brick Lady and then bringing her here for the surrender at Houston Police Headquarters, but they say she didn't show up, she didn't provide an explanation, and Candace Matthews tells us that this is really the first time that something like this has happened. People reach out to them often. You know, we are usually aware when they've been contacted, and sometimes, you know, they do arrange for surrenders and then tell the media and provide comments in person. So we were expecting exactly that to happen here at HPD today. But again, a little bit weird. Something changed. We don't know what changed. And so now Brick Lady remains on the run. She appears to have gone private on Instagram. We have not been able to successfully reach her.
So you hear that. As of today, the Brick Lady's still on the run. Now, hell, shout out to the Brick Lady, because, hey, is she runaway slave gang, though? That's the question. Yeah, you're on the run, but is she runaway slave gang? Do you guys understand me? Oh, my God. I didn't even come here to spit. No, I didn't even come here to spit. That's how you know this shit just in me. See, you're a runaway officially now. But ma'am, are you runaway slave gang? You see the difference? Do we see when we talk about the runaway slave gang, that's a very specific group of people. That's just not somebody who's on the run, a fugitive from the law. You don't get to be runaway slave gang because you were selling 30 pounds of coke and you had 30 keys in the car and the cop stopped you and put the dog on your car and then you shot a cop and ran off into the woods. Now you're a runaway, but you were selling coke to grandmothers and to pregnant mothers and kids. That's not runaway shit. De facto, seriously, be serious, okay? So let's move forward. Where's my nigga Solo at? I need Solo to say this because I gotta give him some props. I think Solo might have been the first one to actually come out and say, now mind you, Solo, and I'm gonna say it again when you get here. Solo Dolo was, I think, the first one to say, I think the black dude is in on it. He said that out loud. And I also want to say this, Solo, when I yelled at the black men for laughing at this woman, be very clear, Solo. There was one stream when this thing first happened, and I told black men very seriously, if you're laughing at this woman because she's a feminist, you're out of line. Because that's what a lot of black men did. Let's just be honest. I'm not talking about everybody, but there was a demographic of black men that when they saw the videos coming out of her being, let's just say, problematic or a coon or the other videos that were unrelated to the alleged incident, before we knew any details, before we knew that she was a known liar, when we just knew that she was a feminist and she likes munching carpets and stuff like that, niggas were still calling her brickhead and stuff like that. And I didn't think that that was okay. And I knew how that was problematic for the conversation. Because if we're calling her brickhead already just because we saw a video of her speaking feminist babble, no, that's not how that works. That doesn't give us credibility anywhere. We're supposed to be able to have a problem with a person for a reason. The fact that she's a feminist, the fact that she's sucking pussy, bumbleclot them, munching carpets, the fact that she's even a practicing witch. Did you hear this woman? She's even a practicing witch, ladies and gentlemen. And I said, even despite all of that information, that was not reason to laugh at the woman. Now, I need you to understand. Yes, she is a witch.
Y'all playing with me like I'm not from Africa. Y'all playing with me like I'm not from Somalia. Y'all playing with me like we don't do voodoo there. Y'all playing with me like my mom's not a witch and my dad's not a wizard. Do you see all these candles burning? Do you see this? Do you see how many candles I've been burning? Baby, I'm sending that right back to you. And I'm more powerful than you. I'm a motherfucking powerful witch.
I'm a motherfucking powerful witch.
Your spirits are not on the level of my spirits. Your energy ain't matching my energy. And your ancestors ain't as strong as my ancestors. Motherfucking powerful witch.
Motherfucker.
Now, again, this whole stream is not about her. This is just an update. So, if you're watching this to talk about the dresses, we will talk about the dresses in a moment. But I have to update this case whenever information comes out because I'm one of the people who's been on this from the very beginning. Shout out to the bigger YouTubers who are also talking about this. Another thing I love about this story is all of the grassroots YouTubers came together, whether they talked to each other, whether they agreed with each other or not, like whether they gave a shout out or not. All the grassroots YouTubers came out and diligently researched this. Independent journalism, and we all put out the information that we knew. So it was just bombarded with information. So although a lot of the videos that came out of this woman were from me, because I sat there and recorded her stories, I recorded her live streams, I recorded all her little videos and I put it out, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of other YouTubers, bigger and smaller, who put in even a little bit of work or a lot of work. And again, shout out to Daphne, the queen of accountability, for being the #1 person who's being accredited for this. Shout out to her. And shout out to Daphne also for calling the police station. You see, it's a big thing, guys. You can't discount that. Daphne called the police station over it, which I was not going to do because they were going to want to know my name, my number, and they were going to look me up. But she called the police station. So shout out to Daphne. But anyway, Solo's one of the first people that said, I think this is, they're all in on it. Now, Solo, when you get in the chat, we're going to talk about that. But this is some recent news that came out too. Did you guys see this? I bet you haven't seen this. Talk to me in the chat. Talk to me in the chat. I bet, ladies and gentlemen, I guarantee, this is why I'm the receipt king. I guarantee you, you haven't seen this one right here. Talk to me.
But wait, there's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer.
Live on KPRC TV and the KPRC2 Plus live stream. The news starts now.
Right now, 10 competing claims about this viral video.
Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face?
As the woman seen in it cancels her plan to turn herself in for theft charges.
Only on 2, the man accused of the violence reaches out to KPRC2 and shares his story in the aftermath of that night.
What has it been like for you having to stay silent?
It's the hardest thing to do, is to not say anything when the whole world is saying something about you.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight at 10 o'clock. I'm Daniela Guzman.
And I'm Keith Garvin. The woman who made those allegations is wanted by Houston police tonight because investigators say she made up the story to profit from a GoFundMe. KPRC2's Bryce Newberry is now live at HPD headquarters tonight with the exclusive interview. Bryce.
Keith and Daniela, Rhoda Osman, who's known virally as Brick Lady, was expected to surrender here at Houston Police Headquarters this afternoon. That did not happen. But tonight, the man who she accused of throwing that brick at her head when she says she wouldn't give him her phone number is telling only KPRC2 what he says happened that night.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just what?
This video has been seen millions of times. The man accused of the viral brick throw reached out to me for his first interview.
This was a well thought of plan, a diabolical plan.
Olin Douglas is a father, son, and small business owner. But in September, allegations made by 33-year-old Rhoda Osman nearly put it all at risk.
It caused people who I thought really knew me to kind of betray me.
Douglas says he met her at a club near the Galleria as she wore a mask that only revealed her eyes. He invited her to an after party.
It's as if she was trying to get in some type of conflict.
But says she was aggressive and very intoxicated. They ended up in a car with friends.
She physically didn't start touching me until I asked her to leave. So you gotta get out.
Outside the car, Houston police say surveillance video then showed Osman slapping him in the face before he hit her back with what appears to be a plastic water bottle in hand.
You should never hit a woman in general, but I didn't want to hit her actually. It was like she hit me and I just reacted.
According to court documents, the footage didn't match what Osman told police, that a male Uber driver threw a brick at her and tried to kidnap her, that she did her own investigation and was told that Douglas was the one who assaulted her. She's now charged with theft because prosecutors say she made it up and tried to profit from this GoFundMe that raised more than $42,000.
It's been a divide between, black men, black women, and it's been it's really evil what she did.
If police didn't have this surveillance video, this evidence that basically clears you, what kind of situation do you think you would be in?
I would be that guy that hit a girl with a brick. I'm black. I'm surprised I didn't get arrested in 30 seconds from this going out.
Douglas says he's received death threats from complete strangers.
She's just manipulating people using their pain, and that should be the true crime here.
He hopes people online will be more conscious.
The internet is the internet. It's not real life all the time.
And I spoke with Houston police this evening. They tell me that the Major Offenders Division investigated this alleged assault, but the evidence in the case led them to this theft charge against Osman. Tonight, she does remain wanted, but in an Instagram comment from her page, she said that she's been harmed and abused and looks forward to her day in court. We're live downtown. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.
Bryce, thank you.
Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, I hate that I have to keep talking about this story. I really do. But at the same time, I have to keep talking about this story because it keeps getting deeper and deeper. Now, this is the man, Olin Douglas, forgive me. Raise your hand if you remember when we talked about this originally. We found out this man, we were one of the first people that found out this man's name. We found out his channel. We found out his Instagram. We DM'd him. He read our messages. Remember, they were just saying if some black man threw a brick. I found his name. We went to his page. We heard his little voice. Yeah, my name is Alan. Sitting there. Remember? We talked about it. Looked like it started. That's when Solo was saying, I think this dude's a scammer. He started looking real scamish. He started, you know, he has this little business or whatever, but he's always wearing this motherfucking fake ass Louis Vuitton blazer with the extra medium black Michael Jackson pants with no socks on and ashy ankles in the penny loafer combo on the national news. Talk to me in the chat. First of all, how do you go on the news with no socks and your feet and your legs crossed to show off your ashy ankles, sir? But you know what? The reason why I'm going in on him is not because he finally revealed his face. I mean, after all, he had no reason to actually reveal his face, or did he? Let me ask you guys. Because I found a new interview with this man, and allegedly, this is all breaking news. Matter of fact, you see in the back, breaking news, guys. Breaking fucking news. They're supposed to be dropping the video. He said they're going to be dropping the video tonight. But I don't know how real that is, but he said they're going to drop the video tonight of the footage of her slapping him after twerking on him and him slapping her back. That's what, now mind you, just so we're clear, that's what happened. That's what the footage shows. So we don't got to worry about what no Hotep people, fake woke. We don't got to worry about the manosphere. We don't got to worry about the feminists and Cynthia G. Hey, I wonder what Cynthia G is babbling about these days. I wouldn't know because she doesn't have guess what? A YouTube channel. But let's talk about it. Cynthia G's probably somewhere babbling on about, well, see, the problem is that the man still hit the woman, and that's what you guys don't want to have a conversation about. And the problem is, even though there weren't black men standing behind, you can very well bet that if the black man did slap her in front of other men, they wouldn't have done anything anyway. The data proves that black men ain't shit, so that's the conversation. We're not gonna move away from the conversation. On a scale from 1 to 10, how do you rate my Cynthia G voice? Anyway, so the conversation is now not any of the things that she said, but it's just that she got hit back. Okay. Now, we're going to talk about the dresses any second. I want to finish talking about this man named Olin Douglas because I found another interview. Let me show you here. Let me show you this interview. By the way, did you hear? She went to the Black Panthers. De facto, tell me in the chat. How do you feel about that? They said she went to the new Black Panthers and Quanell X to be her representatives, and she's going to turn herself in, but only if they're there. She made a meeting with the new Black Panthers because, remember, I told you yesterday, now her new position is the police are in on it too. The police want to assassinate her. The police are protecting this black man with his schmedium penny loafers. That's the new narrative that she's running with now. She gave it all of her, she put all her eggs in that other basket. It didn't work, but she doesn't care that she just has pie on her face. Now the new thing is the police want to kill her. So how do we feel that she went to the black? What is the irony that this non-black American woman who says that black men don't protect black women ran to a black man and an historically black male-led organization to try to protect her? Against who? The grassroots? Because remember, she's saying that the grassroots is trying to kill her. And the police is, so let me guess, the police and the grassroots are on the same page now? I mean, I need to read some comments. What are you guys thinking about all this? And so now the dude Olin Douglas, who we talked about last time, he's finally giving interviews. I guess since she was finally charged, he goes on to say that, well, now that she's charged, I feel like I can speak out about it. Which, fair enough. Maybe he didn't want to incriminate himself, although he did do a few interviews and said that he didn't do anything, but whatever. Let me show you this most recent interview that just came out today, actually. Let me see if I can show you right now. This is an interview that came out today. It actually just came out. And I want to give a shout out to this woman for doing this interview. I caught it. I caught half of it live. The other half I went back and watched it. But tell me if you guys can see this on the screen. Let me Tell me if you guys can see this. The lady's channel is Tanya TKO. You guys can go look up that channel. I'm not saying that I agree with her perspectives or anything. I don't know. She could be a feminist for all I know. But I saw her before when the brick situation was going on. I don't know what position she comes from, but I do know she was the only black person who was able to secure a proper interview with this dude. Everybody else that had screenshots and messages and stuff, Clubhouse interviews, this is the only black person in the media so far who got this dude on a interview. He did the same, look, he's wearing the same fake ass Louis Vuitton jacket that he was wearing on the news. So let's listen to him real quick, and you guys can go watch the whole interview because this dude's suspicious. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. And it's looking like maybe Solo Dolo might have been right. Because now it might even be deeper than this woman scamming, guys. Which, by the way, we're not gonna take our foot off the gas. We're not gonna take our foot off her ass about that scamming. And when she gets to jail, I'm gonna print her mugshot on a t-shirt. I'm going to sell some t-shirts with her mugshot on it when she finally, her mugshot's going to break the internet. Her mugshot's going to be bigger than Donald Trump's mugshot. And I'm going to wear it on a shirt. But regardless, now it's looking like this dude might, I don't know. He's just giving me weird vibes, and I wanted to show you a little pieces of the interview. I didn't even timestamp the interesting parts. Hopefully I can find them again. But let's just listen to this guy. You tell me if this seems like a person who is being 100% truthful. Let me just say that. We're going to watch this real quick. Maybe an hour and a half. We're going to get into the main topic of the conversation tonight. But let me know if you can hear this and tell me if this dude sounds like he's just being 100% straight up. Because remember, you didn't hit the woman. All you did was hit her in self-defense. It clears you. Why are you talking like this? Let's go.
How did I get involved with this whole brick?
Yeah. Up or down. Okay. So say something now so I can adjust your audio.
Hello? Oh, why is he not in jail? Because I've never hit her with a brick.
Okay. So let's
No, I was just looking at the message. Is that working?
Yeah, I hear your audio, but if you want me to take the comments off the screen, I can. I don't want them to be distracted.
No, I'm sorry. I just wanted to test the audio with answering a question.
Okay, so let's talk. Let's see. All right. How did you get involved in this whole brick situation to begin with?
Okay, now listen to her story. Can somebody put the question on the chat? Because we need to see if this man is reacting normally to normal questions. And shout out to this woman because she asked very normal fucking questions. But for some reason, this dude, he seems like he got something to hide, man. Where my nigga Solo at? This dude seems like he got something to hide. And I have a strong suspicion he's not a black American. Let's start right there. Raise your hand if you think he's a black American. Because they were also saying that in the live stream of this interview. They're like, where's his we was all saying that. Where's your grandparents from, bruh? They was acting like they didn't hear that question. Like he didn't read that question. But let's go. She asked him, how did you get involved in the brick situation? Duh, nigga. Duh, she's going to ask you that. How are you not prepared for that question? That's the only question that we want to know, goofy nigga. You're not here for your stupid business. You're not here for that fake ass Louis Vuitton fucking jacket that you got downtown, or you got that bitch in Nigeria. We're here to know how you were involved in the alleged brick situation. Let's see if this nigga just answers a straight up question.
Oh, why is he not in jail? Because I've never hit her with a brick.
Okay. So let's
No, I was just looking at the message. Is that working?
Yeah, I hear your audio, but if you want me to take the comments off the screen, I can. I don't want them to be
Oh
distracted.
no, I'm sorry. I just wanted to test the audio with answering a question.
Okay, so let's talk. Let's see. All right. How did you get involved in this whole brick situation to begin with?
How did I get involved with this whole brick?
Yeah.
That's a good question. How did I get involved with this brick? Well, she just added me to her life. So it's really how I got involved.
What do you mean she added you to her live? Talk to us so we.
Right. What are you talking about, goofy nigga? This is your time to speak. And this is what I have a problem with. Every time that you did hear this dude speak, when we found the few little audio clips of the little Clubhouse interview that he initially denied it, he's just like, this is just internet stuff. This is just internet stuff. I don't even need to take it seriously. What, nigga? Speak up, first of all. Put some bass in your motherfucking voice. We need to hear what happened. Oh, how did I get involved? She just involved me in her lives. Nigga, if you don't stop trying to be cryptic and speak your mind.
I wanted to test the audio with answering a question.
Okay, so let's talk. Let's see. All right. How did you get involved in this whole brick situation to begin with?
How did I get involved with this whole brick?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Um,
Hold on, just so we're clear, do we have any people who disagree in the chat or have anything to say in the chat? I am not a chat that blocks. Anybody who blocks right now will be blocked. I say it again. If my moderators start blocking, I will block you. You already know the deal around here. When we have people who disagree with us, we're very open. We listen to them. If they make solid points, we address those points. If they want to call in, they can call in. That's just what we do around here. We do not go around abusing the block button. So I'm not reading it. I haven't really read the comments, but it seems like there might be some disagreements in the chat. Completely fine. Right? Hold on. But if anybody wants to disagree, please call in. I need to know from anybody who thinks that this situation is normal, right? Let's continue. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna put the stream in the chat in a minute, but let's listen to this dude. The question was, how did you get involved with the brick situation?
hit her with a brick.
Okay. So let's.
No, I was just looking at the message. Is that working?
Yeah, I hear your audio, but if you want me to take the comments off the screen, I can. I don't want them to be
Oh
distracted.
no, I'm sorry. I just wanted to test the audio with answering a question.
Okay, so let's talk. Let's see. All right. How did you get involved in this whole brick situation to begin with?
How did I get involved with this whole brick?
Yeah.
That's a good question. How did I get involved with this brick? Well, she just added me to her life. So it's really how I got involved.
What do you mean she added you to her live? Talk to us so we can understand what happened, what took place.
No, but that's a really good question. How did I get involved? It goes back into the story where
First of all, guys, stop it right here. I mean, and I'm not, I really wish I could let these type of videos play, but I'm the type of nigga that's big on body language. Bro, what happened? If she's completely lying, it's all on video or whatever the case, you don't know this woman at all. Say, I met this big booty bitch at the club. She was about to give me dome and suck my nether region. She started tripping and she slapped me. I slapped her back. That's the end of the story, really, right? That's what you said. That's what you end up saying over a million different well, you know, that's a good question. Anytime you ask a nigga a straight up, straightforward question and he's like, that's a good question. Let me think about it. Nigga, if you don't get your trying to buy some time goofy ass on somewhere, listen to this nigga. That's a good question. Bro, that's the only question we want to know from you, dog. What you think we're there to talk about your swap meet suit?
Oh, so, no, but that's a really good question. How did I get involved? It goes back into the story where let's see, she was at Liquid Lounge. From Liquid Lounge, so let me see. So I was at Liquid, I was in a section. And from being in the section, I seen her. She was standing up, but she had a mask on her face. You know what I mean? So I thought it was interesting, you know. So you can only see her eyes the whole time. I thought it was interesting because it's like hot as hell and it's a lot of people. And I'm just thinking, why does she have a mask on her face? And then from there, I asked her if she wanted to. Yeah, do you mind taking the comments? Because it's like I'm reading the comments.
Okay, sure. Give me just 1 second. All right, go ahead.
Right. So from there, I asked her if she wanted to come sit down in my section. She came over to sit down in the section. Well, no, she came over, but she said these ladies need to move if I was to sit here. They need to move. So for me to come here, they all need to leave. And then I said, well, I guess you're gonna have to stand up then. And then that was it. Never spoke to her, talked to her. I don't know who she is.
So that was it. So listen to him already. He's not making any sense. So far, he met her in the club, even though the video says they walked to a club together, right? Now, he only first saw her in the club when she was wearing a mask. Yeah, we're on this dude's head, guys. Then he says he only saw her in the club when she was wearing a mask. It was interesting. He called her over, but she wanted everybody to leave the section. He said no, so she just walked away, and that was it. Okay, so if that was it, when did you meet up with her again? Listen to this man. He's not telling a straightforward story. Why is he telling us, I didn't know her? I didn't know her. Why is he trying to push that point?
Well, no, she came over, but she said these ladies need to move. Liquid Lounge. Well, she just added me to her live. So it's really how I got involved.
What do you mean she added you to her live? Talk to us so we can understand what happened, what took place.
No, but that's a really good question. How did I get involved? It goes back into the story where let's see, she was at Liquid Lounge. From Liquid Lounge,
let me ask you a question, guys, in the chat. If let me just ask you a quick little question. I'm gonna continue. If your money came up missing and this dude was around, would you believe this dude? What the fuck is that? Okay, I'm gonna ask you again. If your money came up missing at work and this dude was your coworker, and then he started telling the story of how he wasn't involved or whatever the case, and he started talking like this, and he told you, you know, I had nothing to do with it, and then he started talking like this, would you believe him? That's what I want you to look, because he's supposed to be telling just a straightforward story. Why is he looking all around? Again, I have to talk about my main thing, but I got to get this out the way. Let's go.
No, but that's a really good question. How did I get involved? It goes back into the story where let's see, she was at Liquid Lounge. From Liquid Lounge, so let me see. So I was at Liquid. I was in a section. And from being in the section, I seen her. She was standing up, but she had a mask on her face. You know what I mean? So I thought it was interesting. You know, so you can only see her eyes the whole time. I thought it was interesting because it's like hot as hell, and it's a lot of people. And I'm just thinking, why does she have a mask on her face? And then from there, I asked her if she wanted to. Yeah, do you mind taking the comments? Because it's like I'm reading the comments.
Okay, sure. Give me just 1 second. All right, go ahead.
Right. So from there, I asked her if she wanted to come sit down in my section. She came over to sit down in the section. Well, no, she came over, but she said these ladies need to move if I was to sit here. They need to move. So for me to come here, they all need to leave. And then I said, well, I guess you're gonna have to stand up then. And then that was it. Never spoke to her, talked to her. I don't know who she is. This is really random. And then from there, we went. I mean, it's literally verbatim. I don't know. Have you seen the report by any chance? Like
No.
exactly. From there, went outside. She was outside. She wanted to go to after hour. She's like, hey, can I go to after hour? Well, she had said, where are you going to after hour? And then she started to fight some girl that was with us. So I'm sorry, she started to fight some girl that was with us. And then from there, we went back to, it was a group of people, by the way. So we're about to leave. Then she was just really obnoxious. So obnoxious. Like it was a lot going on. So from there, getting ready to leave.
Ladies and gentlemen, why is he describing this story like it happened 10 years ago? Why is he describing this story like it was just some random night 10 years ago that they're randomly asking him to recite? This story has been viral. He knows that. He just came from the news. But when he told the news, did you see how he was talking to the news? He wasn't stuttering and shit like that on the news to talking to the goddamn red man, because they would have called his ass out on it. Now, the black woman, she's asking actual questions like, okay, what night was it? What club was it? You know, like, what happened when you walked inside the club? Now it's getting real sketchy, nigga. Now you taking these deep gulps and these deep breaths, and you talking about, oh, can you turn the comments off? I'm reading the comments. What? And so far, he says he just saw her in the club with the mask. She didn't want to come into the section without those girls leaving, so he told her no. So then she met him again outside the club, and she asked him to go to the after, or he said he's going to the after hours. Then she tried to fight another woman, but then he jumps directly into the story of how she's being obnoxious with him. But he doesn't say nothing about the dancing. He doesn't say about how she, okay, he does later, but not right now. But anyway, let me not skip the steps. By the way, you guys can go watch this whole interview when the stream is over and to see all his bullshit. A lot of it, I really wanted to punch this nigga in the face because he kept stuttering and but okay.
It was a group of people, by the way. So we're about to leave. Then she was just really obnoxious. So obnoxious. Like it was a lot going on. So from there, getting ready to leave, she got in the car. I asked her to leave because she was doing too much. She started kicking me inside the car, got out the car. She hit me. Then just kind of responded, reacted. And then she kept following me, kept trying to fight.
He said, I responded and reacted after she hit me. Nigga, tell us the story. We read the police report, goofy ass Donkey Kong face, Nigerian 50 Cent face ass nigga. Tell us the story. Oh, she hit me. She was being and then I kind of hit her, and then I kind of responded, and that was it. It was like the police. It was like the police report. You read the police report. No, nigga, we're talking to you, Donkey Kong.
She started kicking me inside the car, got out the car. She hit me. Then just kind of responded, reacted. And then she kept following me, kept trying to fight me. And then I went into another car, left, and then 2 days later, I'm viral.
Oh, wow.
You see how he just skipped past slapping her back? Which, by the way, is not a brick. So I'm not saying I give a fuck that he slapped her back. But bro, tell the story how it happened, because now you're losing credibility, guys. And I was so ashamed of this nigga because, you know, the women, they're right now, what are the women trying to do? Grasping at any straw, trying to change the narrative. So now that if he looks incredible or if he looks like whatever, now that's going to be the conversation. They're not going to talk about her anymore, which she needs to be the focus of the conversation. But this goofy nigga doesn't seem innocent, because if he was, it wouldn't be all this, and then you didn't even answer the question. You just said, yeah, she was being real irritating. Then she hit me. I responded. And 2 days later, the story was viral. What?
Wow. Okay. So how did she know your name then?
I believe this. So from what I gathered, she asked the security guard. She asked for my name. She asked the security guard. The security guard told her my name.
Oh. Okay, so the security guard knew you.
I'm kind of popular. I'm popular in the fact where I have a face card.
I'm going to speed the video up a little bit because later on he said a few interesting things. I can't remember what he said because it was live, but I'm going to try to speed the video up to hear the interesting thing, because this dude was ducking and dodging that tether question. There's one time, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if I'm going to find it on here, but when you watch it, think about me. There's one period where he does answer the question. He says, I'm not African. People were asking him. He said, I'm not African. But that doesn't mean you're not from Barbados. That doesn't mean you're not from Haiti. That doesn't mean that you're not from Panama. That doesn't mean that you're not from Jamaica, nigga. So all that, I'm not African. Okay. Let's continue.
So people are familiar with me.
Oh, okay.
I'm the only one in a really ghetto club with a suit on, so it's kind of, I'm familiar in Houston. People know who I am.
Okay. So the security guard knew who you were, and she went to the security guard, got your name, and then
She just was like, hey, the guy in the suit hit me. From what I was told from just because the thing is, I didn't know anything about this. I didn't know anything about this till 3 or 4 days after. You know, even when I seen it, I didn't even know. Like, even I got hit with a brick. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. And then she called my name out. You know, so it was just like, that's really it. Like,
okay, what's your relationship to the Clubhouse broadcast that happened? What went down then?
right. So this dude called me and said, hey,
again, I'm gonna
try. I'm not gonna call her Brick Girl. Her name's Rose.
Oh, look, he's not gonna call her Brick Girl. Listen to this. So the woman tried to destroy his life. She's still actively trying to destroy his life, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't know her. He doesn't know her. She's trying to destroy his life. She called him out and called him all type of abusers and monsters, but he's not gonna call her Brick Girl. I'm gonna call her Rhoda. Her name is Rhoda. Why? Oh, it seems like you have a little bit of, dare I say, affinity for this woman.
Right. So this dude called me and said, hey, and her name, I'm not gonna call her Brick Girl. Her name's Rhoda. So she said, hey, Rhoda's on Clubhouse saying all.
So you're not gonna call her Brick Girl. Oh, let me guess. He's just such a nice guy, right? This guy's such a nice guy, and he's not gonna call her Brick Girl. I'm gonna call her Rhoda. This is a person you don't know. You didn't know her before. You haven't known her since. And all she tried to do is lie on you and destroy your life. But you're not even going to call her Brick Girl. Okay.
Right. So this dude called me and said, hey, and then her name, I'm not going to call her Brick Girl. Her name's Rhoda. So she said, hey, Rhoda's on Clubhouse saying all you did this and that and did a whole bunch of stuff. Here's the link. Here, come listen in. At first, I'm like, how'd you get my number? Who are you? But then I clicked on the link and then boom, now I'm on Club.
Anyway, he started talking his shit. I'm not going to show the whole interview. I'm going to try my best to find the other instances where he started where he said something interesting. Hold on, let me see. 120, that would be minus 20, that would be 50. 55. Hold on, 120. If the interview is 120, take away 20, that would be 30, 70. That'd be 30 from that 70, 60, 50, 40, 30. Probably 30 minutes into the 35 minutes into the thing. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Forgive me while I zoom past this shit. I'm trying to find out some interesting stuff he said.
Clubhouse, and I'm having a conversation, and that's how that happened.
So you thought that you were having a private conversation?
No, not a private conversation. I'm thinking I'm listening because I want to. It wasn't affecting my life. It's like internet stuff, you know. And I'm so charges. Nothing's happening. It's.
Oh, this is where he keeps on talking about it's internet stuff. I'm gonna walk you through the interview right now because we got to talk about our main topic. Right now, he's talking about it's internet stuff. That's another thing that's a problem. This goofy nigga doesn't realize or doesn't care that this thing affected actual Black Americans. So that's why he keeps talking about it's nothing, it's just internet stuff. If it's internet stuff, how did she get $42,000 from the ATM? She could have gone to the ATM and pulled the $42,000 out. That's not internet cash. How the fuck did internet stuff equal into real life cash?
It's better to be quiet and see, and like it wasn't at the moment, it wasn't affecting my life. It's like internet stuff, you know. And I wasn't worried about it. I just wanted to, like, what's going on? I want to know what she was saying. But he was just doing that just to get me on and have a conversation with me on his little thingy. And that's why I hung up, because I'm like, this is weird. You're being weird. Like I don't do that kind of thing. Like I don't do that.
What was he saying to you that made?
Yeah, he just made something up. He just lied. He's bragging and committed to hitting her. What was the word?
He's saying he never did. So question for you: you hit her.
Did I hit her? No, I hit her back. So yeah, hit her back after she hit me. And I really didn't even mean to hit her back. She's about to hit me again, so I hit her away from me. So yeah.
So he admits that he hit her back right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is where he admits that it was a self-defense thing. She hit him, he hit her back. We know that from the police report on the video. We still haven't seen the video, but that's no new information. I'm trying to show you how this guy is a shaky character. This dude, we don't believe this dude either. We believe that she tried to scam and he's involved in the scam too. That's what we believe. Right now, we know that she's a scam artist. We know she's a liar. We know she's a fugitive. Now we're investigating this nigga. He might be an accomplice, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue.
Because there were people who were saying he bragged about it and he's saying he never did. So question for you: you hit her.
Did I hit her? No, I hit her back. So yeah, hit her back after she hit me. And I really didn't even mean to hit her back. She's about to hit me again, so I hit her away from me. So yeah.
What was in your hands?
What was in a water bottle?
Was it a water bottle? Because she's on the internet saying it was a glass bottle of liquor right now.
Well, she was on the internet saying it was a brick too.
I'm just asking what you had in your hand.
Okay, and you see how he's getting real defensive when they're asking about the water bottle? Nigga, again, what happened, bro? You left that part out. You told the story just now. You said, okay, she got obnoxious. She hit me and I responded. But he's acting like he doesn't know that they're trying to switch and say he hit her with a water bottle. Bro, she had a big thing on the side of her face. You're supposedly hit her with a water bottle. Don't skip over that.
Was it a water bottle?
Was it a water bottle? Because she's on the internet saying it was a glass bottle of liquor right now.
Well, she was on the internet saying it was a brick too.
I'm just asking what you had in your hands.
You see the woman? She's like, the interviewer played this thing really good because the interviewer was very calm, asking very specific questions, but not accusatory. But the dude kept acting like he was being accused. Solo Dolo, I gave you props earlier because you were the first one I heard call out and say, this dude is a damn liar. And I'm going to give you your prop, Solo. And just so you know, I told them this earlier, Solo. The reason why I yelled at the brothers for calling her brick face too early is because I'm not saying you, Solo, but there was a lot of brothers that called her brick head, brick face, just because they saw the video of her talking about being a lesbian and talking about being a feminist. So I was just saying that we can't come from the position of laughing at a woman that allegedly got assaulted simply because we don't like her. Now, when the other videos came out, that's when I said, okay, now all is fair in love and war. But just so we're clear, you did call this dude out. And Solo, This dude was on the news. Solo's just getting here, so I got to show this dude on the news. Look at this dude on the news, though.
Live on KPRC TV and the KPRC2 Plus live stream. The news starts now.
Right now, 10 competing claims about this viral video.
Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face?
As the woman seen in it cancels her plan to turn herself in for theft charges.
Only on 2, the man accused of the violence reaches out to KPRC2 and shares his story in the aftermath of that night.
What has it been like for you having to stay silent?
It's the hardest thing to do. It's to not say anything when the whole world is saying something about you.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight at 10 o'clock. I'm Daniela Guzman.
And I'm Keith Garvin. The woman who made those allegations is wanted by Houston police tonight because investigators say she made up the story to profit from a GoFundMe. KPRC2's Bryce Newberry is now live at HPD headquarters tonight with the exclusive interview. Bryce.
Keith and Daniela, Rhoda Osman, who's known virally as Brick Lady, was expected to surrender here at Houston Police Headquarters this afternoon. That did not happen. But tonight, the man who she accused of throwing that brick at her head when she says she wouldn't give him her phone number is telling only KPRC2 what he says happened that night.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick and all these black men just watched.
This video has been seen millions of times. The man accused of the viral brick throw reached out to me for his first interview.
This was a well thought of plan, a diabolical plan.
Olin Douglas is a father, son, and small business owner. But in September, allegations made by 33-year-old Rhoda Osman nearly put it all at risk.
It caused people who I thought really knew me to kind of betray me.
Douglas says he met her at a club near the Galleria as she wore a mask that only revealed her eyes. He invited her to an after party.
It's as if she was trying to get in some type of conflict.
But says she was aggressive and very intoxicated. They ended up in a car with friends.
She physically didn't start touching me until I asked her to leave. So you gotta get out.
Outside the car, Houston police say surveillance video then showed Osman slapping him in the face before he hit her back with what appears to be a plastic water bottle in hand.
You should never hit a woman in general, but I didn't want to hit her actually. It was like she hit me and I just reacted.
According to court documents, the footage didn't match what Osman told police, that a male Uber driver threw a brick at her and tried to kidnap her, that she did her own investigation and was told that Douglas was the one who assaulted her. She's now charged with theft because prosecutors say she made it up and tried to profit from this GoFundMe that raised more than $42,000.
It's been a divide between, black men, black women, and it's been, it's really evil what she did.
If police didn't have this surveillance video, this evidence that basically clears you, what kind of situation do you think you would be in?
I would be that guy that hit a girl with a brick. I'm black. I'm surprised I didn't get arrested in 30 seconds from this going out.
Douglas says he's received death threats from complete strangers.
She's just manipulating people using their pain. And that should be the true crime here.
He hopes people online will be more conscious.
The internet is the internet. It's not real life all the time.
You hear him? The internet is not real life, but she got $45,000 cash. And his goofy ass sat on the news. Look, guys, he sat on the news and told the white man, I'm black out here, and that woman divided the black community. So you do know that. You do know that this is a racial issue. You do know this actually had real ramifications in the real world. You do know this is not just internet stuff, you goofy nigga. Let's continue. I'm supposed to be talking about men in dresses right now, and it turns out I'm looking at a bitch without a dress.
Was it a water bottle?
Was it a water bottle? Because she's on the internet saying it was a glass bottle of liquor right now.
Well, she was on the internet saying it was a brick too.
I'm just asking what you had in your hands.
Yeah, it's a water bottle.
Okay, so it was an empty water bottle. Was the water frozen? Was it empty? Was it half full? Just curious.
I don't even remember. It was just a water. I wasn't thinking too much about what the water was in there.
You see, now he doesn't remember about the water bottle. He doesn't remember if he hit her with the water bottle, because that's a very big thing too. The police report made it seem like he had a water bottle in his hand, but slapped her. So you know you have two hands, right? So there's one story if he hit her with a water bottle. There's another story if he had a water bottle in his left hand and slapped her with her right hand. We need to know these things, Donkey Kong. Look at this nigga with the Nigerian 50 Cent face though.
Liquor right now.
Well, she was on the internet saying it was a brick too.
I'm just asking what you had in your hands.
It's a water bottle.
Okay, so it was an empty water bottle. Was the water frozen? Was it empty? Was it half full? Just curious.
I don't even remember. It was just a water. I wasn't thinking too much about what the water was in there.
Okay. So, because she has this big contusion on her face that was all swollen. And when you left her, her face, how did her face look?
When I left her, but this is the thing here. Her face, she had a mask on the whole time. So the question is, how long has that been on her face? That makes sense? Like she, I believe she may have came with that beer. No one has ever seen her face in that club. And then right before she went to the club, she had the mask on. So you have the mask on the whole, and I'm seeing this from the internet because I guess she did some videos or whatever before she went to the club. So all night she just had a mask on showing her eyes. Why would that happen? Especially when it's over capacity inside a club. It's hot. You're not sitting down. You're moving. It wouldn't make any sense unless you're just trying to hide your face because of a situation. You know what I mean?
Okay,
so that's
interesting. Well, you know what? Let me show you something.
Okay.
Solo, wait till we find this one part I'm looking for. Wait till we find this one part I'm looking for, Solo, Dolo, and De Facto. Just stick with me, guys. Just stick with me because I promise I'm showing you this. This is a brand new interview, and I'm about to rock your entire world. Pause.
I'm going to pull up the news article that came out about this to bring up for the car. The friend was in the front seat. Did you know the driver?
Yes, I know the driver.
Okay. And you were...
It wasn't because I knew who she was. Maybe. Yeah, that's not true.
At. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So here, this is what I want to bring up for you to take a look at.
All right.
So there's this news article that says that you, her, and her friend were all walking together before the club.
Yeah, that's not true.
Okay, so you all were not walking together.
No, I don't.
Look at this nigga. Look at this nigga. Look at this nigga. Look at 50 Cent. Guys, remember we read the article yesterday. We read both articles. It said it's on video, nigga. It's on video that you was walking with her before the club and after the club, goofball. Yeah, Goofy. You didn't think it through, Goofy nigga. Look, watch him. And it's just like Bryce said, if I was an actual behavioral analyst or body language analyst, I would be chewing this nigga up and spitting him out right now. Look at this nigga.
All righty.
So there's this news article that says that you, her, and her friend were all walking together before the club.
Yeah, that's not true.
Okay, so you all were not walking together.
No. I don't. No, I met her inside there. So if we were walking together, it wasn't because I knew who she was. Maybe she, so you know what I mean? It wasn't together. I didn't know her.
Many men done wish death upon me. Cha-Cha, this dude is lying, we believe. Cha-Cha, we literally believe this dude is lying. And we think that he didn't think that, I think that this dude didn't even think that it would get this deep. He didn't think criminal charges would be brought out. He didn't think people would care who was the actual man. He didn't think we wanted to see the actual brick. She said, hey, it's in the news article. It's on video that you were walking with. Are you sure? Well,
You're here answering, just trying to get to the truth. I appreciate that.
All right. I mean, but the truth is already there, to be honest. They have video cameras of this whole thing. So this, I'm not really saying something that's not recorded or documented, you know. So not it's sorry.
There's this news article that says that you, her, and her friend were all walking together before the club.
Yeah, that's not true.
Okay, so you all were not walking together.
Do I know? No, no, I don't. No, I met her inside there. So if we were walking together, it wasn't because I knew who she was. Maybe she, so you know what I mean? It wasn't together. I didn't know her. I don't know her. I still don't know her.
Okay. It also says here that when she came out of the club that she was dancing on you on the car.
Probably so.
Probably so. So now you don't even remember if the bitch you said you don't even remember. This was 4 months ago, guys. You don't remember that if she went to the car, she was probably so.
It says here that when she came out of the club that she was dancing on you on the car.
Probably so.
And then it says that you all were inside the car. The friend was in the front seat. Did you know the driver?
Yes, I know the driver.
Okay. And that you were in the back seat and Rhoda was also in the back seat with you. But it says that you all were parked there for quite some time. And I was wondering what was going on inside the car that you all were parked there for so long.
I kind of said it at the beginning. I asked her to leave. She didn't want to leave because she was doing a lot of hollering and she was really drunk, like she was super drunk, and she kept kicking and putting her hands on me. So I said, you got to leave. So that's why we're still there.
Okay, so inside of this article by Click to Houston, those are the people that created the article, Click to Houston. It says that the friend told the detectives that there was no argument in the backseat.
Yeah, it's on the report. She said something, but I don't know. These are just different articles from different random people, so I don't know exactly. I don't. What was that a question or like a comment about? That's not at all.
I'm just trying to figure out what was happening.
Okay, that's not a problem. Negative, not at all.
Going on, and that you and her were getting this, you know.
It really is. It really is. You know, detail into the story or anything on social media. I don't know. You haven't been following the story. I know that, but if you have, you really got into detail about anything as far as what. That goes about that's beyond just talking. She's documenting that, from what I've gathered. This lady.
Hold on, y'all.
That feels some type of way about like, what point do you question what happened? But like, this is kind of weird. This story's kind of
as well.
So you're giving me, was I sober or was I intoxicated? I was. No, I mean, not like I said. We went into, like the paperwork says, went into.
But you're saying, to your knowledge, it was not an Uber. He wasn't on duty doing Uber that night.
Earlier, that people start just talking about you because you were saying, you were questioning ththings, just like you're questioning relationships. It affected my relationships as well because it's like I can't speak. Well, no, but I'm like, the thing is, I'm interested for the people that I sit there and watch the YouTube videos and comment.
Hold on, y'all. It's gonna get to the good part.
A roundhouse.
Is that no? I'm not sure. It's actually footage, so they're gonna release the footage, and also it's gonna be on the news like around 10, so they can look at it. Like, that was funny though. I'm not gonna.
He said it's gonna be on the news tonight at 10 o'clock. I don't know if that's true. He said they're supposed to release the footage tonight at 10 o'clock. I don't know how true that is, but we'll see. We'll keep our eyes open around 10 o'clock. By the way, I'm just trying to get, because I was halfway asleep and listened to this interview. I know he said some interesting stuff. I'm trying to find it, guys. There's one part where he says he's not from Africa, but nobody said Africa. Everybody was asking him where he's from. Is he a Black American? Is he a tether? And he said, no, I'm not from Africa. Hold on.
No, that's so crazy.
Have you seen the footage yourself?
I've lived it. I mean, it's pretty much.
I know, but it sounds like there's some details that are lost to you, to her, to everybody. Because, you know, when you live a thing, it's different than.
You're right. No, so I haven't seen the footage yet. No.
Okay. So people want to know if you're okay.
Yeah, I'm okay. It's just, but it's really fucked up because I could have, like, I know this is the internet and then in this whole like of the story, and she skipped it. So it's like, it's charges, it's slandering, it's a couple things. Go. She has like 7 or 8 different cases, and then when she kept following me, cite violence. So
tried to attack her, etc. So I have seen that. So how many people were you with that night? Where you said you usually go out alone, but you were with people that night?
No, I went out alone, but they just was there. They joined me. So they like I said, I'm when I have a good face card in Houston. So when I go out, you know, it's gonna be someone that knows me or something like that. You know what I mean? So it was, I just went into the section, so I don't know how many people was there, to be honest. It's probably a couple people, but
You said when she came over that she said, "Look, if I'm going to sit in this section with you, then these other
Right.
women need to leave." What was your
Yeah,
response to that?
I said this verbatim. Well, it looks like you're gonna be standing up then, because they're not leaving, they're not going nowhere. I didn't say the extra part, I just said the first part.
And did she end up staying? Did the
She
people?
got mad. She looked at me. No, I didn't. I told her that I get what you're saying. Like, I'm basically saying that, well, then that means you can't sit over here then. Okay. You know what I mean? Because no one's moving because you just said that. You know what I mean? And that's the only thing I ever spoke to her inside the club. You know, she wanted, I'm like, well, you can't sit. Like, she came in like, when I'm here, everyone got to go. I'm like, no, you're good. You're cool.
And so she ended up sitting with you all.
No.
She
She
didn't.
went back. That's what I'm saying. She left. Like, she was excused. She left. She was excused. Back to standing up what she was doing.
Okay. Were you attracted to her?
Yeah, she had a little back there. Boom. That's really, I was, ooh.
Okay. So
He said he was attracted to her booty, which there's no problem with him being attracted to her booty. But guys, we're about to get to the main part of the conversation right here. I want to show you this for a very specific reason. I was supposed to already be talking about my other thing, but this is groundbreaking news, guys. Just wait. Just wait for it. Somebody put that in the chat. Hashtag stick with me.
I was eyes and booty. So it was, you know, hey, eyes and booty.
okay. So you were attracted to her shape and her eyes.
Yeah, it was eyes and booty. That's it. That's all I saw.
Were you trying to smash?
No comment. No comment. No comment.
Oh, there's no comment on that.
Like I said. Oh, okay. Here we go. She refused the phone number. At this point, I never had. So let's get this clear with the phone number situation. I never. I didn't even.
Yesterday when because you know what? To be honest, my theory, especially after reading about this whole backseat boondoggle that went down and then the kerfuffle that followed, to me, I thought maybe there was perhaps a negotiation that, you know, that did.
We're in a car of a car. Well, not researching, but all the information that I'm getting. She said she could have done something way more profitable than live. A polarizing fan base. On here want to pull up my record of who I am. I've never hit anyone, scammed, did anything. I have nothing on my record. The law says she's lying.
Okay, well,
they get paid to do this.
Okay, listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. This is where I'm gonna give the interviewer some props. This is where it gets interesting, guys. Guys. My heart is racing right now. My heart is fucking literally right now. My heart is racing. This is groundbreaking. This is groundbreaking, guys. This is brand new news.
But wait, there's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer.
Because it's about to get rocky.
Kill that noise, man. Let's just get the shit.
The shit. The shit. You'll get the shit. You'll be knee deep in the shit.
It's been 3 months. You look at my record. If anyone on here want to pull up my record of who I am, I've never hit anyone, scammed, did anything. I have nothing on my record. The law says she's lying.
Okay, well,
they get paid to do this. Like I'm not saying this. The law.
If we're going to talk about your record, I did pull your record before you came on, of course.
Oh, cool.
And you know what I found?
Speeding tickets.
Listen to what he said. Listen to what he said. Listen to what he said. He said, pull my record. She said, I did pull your record, but believe it or not. And she said, you know what I found? He said, what? Speeding tickets?
Let's see something. Now you see now, you done fucked up in the bathroom. I thought that's so you understand that you done fucked up now, you know that dumps.
I'll say it's the truth. What do they say is the truth? Why is she being? It's been 3 months. You look at my record. If anyone on here want to pull up my record of who I am, I've never hit anyone, scammed, did anything. I have nothing on my record. The law says she's lying.
Okay, well,
they get paid to do this. Like I'm not saying this. The law.
If we're going to talk about your record, I did pull your record before you came on, of course.
Oh, cool.
And you know what I found?
Speeding tickets.
I found that you and her both lived in Minnesota.
What?
Shame. 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 Shame.
I'll say is the truth. What is the what do they say is the truth? Why is she being? It's been 3 months. You look at my record. If anyone on here want to pull up my record of who I am, I've never hit anyone, scammed, did anything. I have nothing on my record. The law says she's lying.
Okay, well,
They get paid to do this. Like I'm not saying this. The law.
if we're going to talk about your record, I did pull your record before you came on, of course.
Oh, cool.
And you know what I found?
Speeding tickets.
I found that you and her both lived in Minnesota.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this.
Out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket. What do you gain from that?
Make.
That's what I do.
I'll say is the truth. What do they say is the truth? Why is she being? It's been 3 months. You look at my record. If anyone on here want to pull up my record of who I am, I've never hit anyone, scammed, did anything. I have nothing on my record. The law says she's lying.
Okay, well,
they get paid to do this. Like I'm not saying this. The law.
If we're going to talk about your record, I did pull your record before you came on, of course.
Oh, cool.
And you know what I found?
Speeding tickets.
I found that you and her both lived in Minnesota.
You got the wrong record. I've never lived in Minnesota, unfortunately.
Okay.
So sorry.
That's what I saw, because there are some people who are saying they think that you and her are in on this together.
That's suspicious. That's weird. And you want to know what else is funny?
If we're going to talk about your record, I did pull your record before you came on, of course.
Oh, cool.
And you know what I found?
Speeding tickets.
I found that you and her both lived in Minnesota.
You got the wrong record. I've never lived in Minnesota, unfortunately.
Okay.
So sorry.
That's what I saw, because there are some people who are saying they think that you and her are in on this together for clout, that you're doing some digital marketing scheme and this is all promotion.
That was a good transition to asking me that question. I wanted to give you that, number one. And no, my niche market doesn't have anything to do with ghetto ratchet stuff. So I don't have to focus on it.
I mean, but listen, you're famous now.
So wait a minute, y'all. Let me get this straight before we move on to the interview. And we're almost done, just so we're clear. So there's another Olin Douglas that had some type of record in Minnesota, which out of all places, first of all, isn't Minnesota one of the coldest states in America? What niggas really moved to Minnesota? I mean, can somebody tell me the Black American population in Minnesota at least? Because I heard there's a big Somali and an immigrant Black population in places like Minnesota. But I mean, how many Black Americans really either live or move to Minnesota of all places, to where another Olin Douglas same age-ish, same profile. He lived in Minnesota, which is the same place that the brick lady just came from before she moved to Houston.
Whoa, hey, why are you insulting my intelligence? Are you serious?
You've been vindicated. You're going to be on the news tonight. You're on the Tanya TKO show. This is broadcasting across the world on 5 platforms.
No, we're gonna see if I'm famous. Fame is nothing without, that's not a big deal. But once again, she did a good job. She got famous and monetized it. That girl, I'm telling you, she could have done some major things out here.
So you're saying you would have hired her?
Yes, I would definitely hire her. Shit.
So you're saying even today you would hire her?
She has.
So just so we're clear, he said you've got the wrong guy. I've never been to Minnesota, never lived in Minnesota, nothing like that. There's no record of me in Minnesota. Somebody put that in the chat. There's no record of him in Minnesota.
A skill, yeah. And she just used it for wrong. Like she's like it's Batman, and you got the Joker. She's a villain.
Wait, she's the villain.
Villain.
Explain that. She's the villain. Explain that.
She divided so many people. People lost real friendships over this. People really lost people got so invested in this that it questioned their character. It's someone it just was it divided so many people, and it just not a lot of people could do that. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people could strategically create a fan base and a following that will bet anything on you and don't know you and don't have any that's powerful. I mean, it is. But any cult or anything like that, the truth comes out, and now we're here.
Speaking of which, you said that you feel that more should happen to her than just the charges she's been charged with.
Yeah, I think we're taking this a little, what the fuck else? She said sex trafficking. The police is lying. Everybody lying now.
You in the backseat of the car.
Not 5 kicks. She's trying to kick, because when I told her she has to leave, what normal people do.
Okay, so now he's telling the story about when they were in the car and she started kicking him and acting drunk. By the way, in the police report, the police said she was drunk and irate, but now he's explaining the moment leading up to her slapping him and him slapping her back. But just give me one moment before I finally blow your mind. Look at this.
Would leave on their side. She's kicking me so that I can leave on my side. So she's kicking, kick.
No. So you were on the left. She was. Okay. So question that people are going to ask is, was she trying to get away from you, and that's why she was?
She's not a victim trying to run away here. For services. Ask her, told her the fuck out. Or told her to here. I can't see she on video. Okay.
There's another topic for another day. But since we have you on here, I want to get all the answers that I can while we have you here, because.
What other questions do you have?
Well.
Are you Nigerian? I'm not.
Look right here, guys. Look right here. Look right here, guys. This is the serpent tongue. This is the serpent tongue. This is the serpent tongue. Look. 52. Hold on.
While we have you here, because
what other questions do you have?
Well.
Are you Nigerian? I'm not even African.
He says he's not African. Well, that settles it, right? De facto. He said that he's not African. That settles it, right?
Yeah, man.
Are you Nigerian? I'm not even African. That's a good question that everyone wants to know.
Yeah, people were saying that it was a Nigerian man. They were saying that.
But I do share those characteristics, so I understand.
My question.
See, so he didn't say he's Black American, guys. We're almost done, but I just wanted to clarify this interview.
For you is, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being how.
Still don't know what happened to her face, but what I can.
Hard you hit her.
4.
A 4. You can take off your jacket. People don't even believe that it's Louis Vuitton.
Look.
It's super fucking hot.
So you have a hot light on? Okay.
Yeah, right.
So you can take off your jacket. People don't even believe that it's Louis Vuitton.
Oh, shit.
They don't.
Yo.
Down on it. Say that again now.
I said I got this hot light. It's super fucking hot.
So you have a hot light on? Okay.
Yeah, right.
So you could take off your jacket, people don't even believe that it's Louis Vuitton.
Oh shit.
why you're fidgeting so much too. They think you got a lot of nervous energy.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Okay, so that's about the way that you would hit a child.
3 or 4.
With the same type of strength that you would hit a
3 or
child.
4. 3 or 4.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well,
Y'all
those are
wanted
my
to be true much.
those are my questions. People want to know why you're fidgeting so much too. They think you got a lot of nervous energy.
Oh, I got this hot ass light right by me, which
Oh, hold on. My earpiece just flew out. Hold on. I can't hear you. Hold on. My earpiece just flew when I stepped down on it. Say that again now.
I said I got this hot light. It's super fucking hot.
So you have a hot light on? Okay.
Yeah, right.
So you fidget. You could take off your jacket. You know, people don't even believe that it's Louis Vuitton.
Oh shit.
They don't.
Look, then he changes to another Gucci outfit.
Louis, y'all.
So you
eliminated.
What's going? Ask your final questions because we're gonna let him go. He's hot. He's now drinking his lemonade. He got on his Gucci hat. All right. Ask your final questions, everyone. I appreciate you coming on.
You know what I mean? And that's probably why, I felt like he was trying to attack me a little bit, but like the feds, he was like,
You know, because
I don't think it says he think he's a good guy. Sure. Especially that can get you locked up. Or I speak out. That's why I speak.
Your whole life ever hit a woman?
I've never energy. I don't even know. Here, I mean, I just don't. That's not.
Oh, look right here. Look right here. This is another thing. I'm almost done. I promise I'm almost done with this interview. Look right here. She asked him where he's from because he's like, I just didn't understand the big backlash behind this whole thing. But now I'm learning that women, they don't like to be hit or whatever the case. And she's like, where are you from where you never heard about women getting hit? He says, I'm from here.
That's suspicious.
Listen to how he says it. She asked him, where are you from to where you never heard that Black women are very sensitive about domestic violence and stuff? He says he's from here.
From and how my proximity, I don't see women get hit with anything. That doesn't even register in my mind. Like, I don't even come from that, like that's that culture, that background, nothing around.
Oh, he doesn't come from that culture in that background, guys. Listen to the context clues. I don't come from the culture or the background. I don't come from there to where women get hit. That's that Barbados shit that they try to make you believe that they don't smack their women between the washer dryer again. Remember, the trope is only Black American men are slapping their women around. He's revealing that he's not even from this culture, because even if he doesn't slap women, he knows in our culture, shit, sometimes it gets like that. So for you to get on here and act like you never heard about it, that sounds like some tether shit.
Saying to defend yourself.
Oh, fuck no. I've never hit anybody, any woman or anyone unprovoked. That doesn't even register in my mind. Like, I don't even come from that, like that's that culture, that background, nothing around me is that type of energy. I don't even know. That's why it bothered me to think that people would believe that a woman would get hit with a brick, because where I'm from and how my proximity, I don't see women get hit with anything. I've never seen that in my life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not normal for me. But I know now that that's a normal thing for people or society or women. Like, that's happening. So it educated me a lot about things that women go through. This whole situation, because I was like, why
that you don't know anything about women being hit?
Here?
Listen, guys, listen to this. I'm supposed to be talking about my main subject, but this is just too rich. This is too rich.
My life, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not normal for me. But I know now that that's a normal thing for people or society or women. Like, that's happening. So it educated me a lot about things that women go through, this whole situation, because I was like, why
that you don't know anything about women being hit?
Here?
That sound like somebody that called in Tariq Nasheed's show. That sound exactly like the people that call into Tariq Nasheed's show. When they start saying, we're Black, we don't need reparations, we need to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps, whatever. And then Tariq's like, wait a minute. What country are you from? Here. I'm from here. I'm from here. Wait a minute. You're from here, huh? Okay, well, spit me a rap song. Spit me any rap song. A hip, a hop, a hibbit to the hibbit. I said the hip hop and it don't stop. Yeah, exactly. Just like I thought. Just like I thought. Oh, you from here, huh? That's like a gangbanger coming up to you, asking you what set you claim. I'm from your gang. I'm from your gang. Don't bang on me. What do you mean you're from here?
My life, you know what I mean? Like, it's not normal for me. But I know now that that's a normal thing for people or society or women.
Listen to him. In my culture, where I'm from, nigga, did you live on a whole different island? What do you mean in your culture where you're from, you've never even heard of a woman getting hit? What are you talking about? But you're from here? Cha-Cha, does this make sense to you? Because even the men who never hit a woman or their father never hit their mother, you still know about it. This nigga's trying to convince us where he's from, quote unquote, he's never heard about it. Okay.
In my life. So I want to be very specific about that.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're saying that unprovoked. So you're saying to defend
Oh,
yourself.
fuck no. I've never hit anybody, any woman or anyone unprovoked. That doesn't even register in my mind. Like, I don't even come from that, like, that culture, that background. Nothing around me is that type of energy. I don't even know. That's why it bothered me to think that people would believe that a woman would get hit with a brick, because where I'm from and how my proximity, I don't see women get hit with anything. You know, like I've never seen that in my life. You know what I mean? Like, it's not normal for me. But I know now that that's a normal thing for people or society or women. Like, that's happening. So it educated me a lot about things that women go through. This whole situation, because I was like, why
that you don't know anything about women being hit?
Here? I mean, I just don't, that's not something that I don't have that. Like, that's nothing. I've never been around a woman that's had domestic violence or anything like that.
So you're from here, but you've never even heard of a woman that's had domestic violence. Okay. But this is the last thing. I'm gonna show you one more thing, and then we're about to be at 2 hours anyway, so that's a perfect time to talk about the black man in the dress, which is just as relevant as this conversation about these non-black Americans coming here and causing havoc. And just so we're clear, guys, this dude is the one whose finally face has been unveiled. He's the one who allegedly threw the brick. Turns out there was no brick. She was throwing her ass on him. And it was it seems like it's some type of tether scheme. Now, this woman earlier, somebody put that in the chat. Does anybody remember the state that this woman said she pulled his record? Because he started bragging. He started feeling himself in that little fake ass Gucci suit. And he starts saying anybody could pull my record and see who I am. And she was like, well, you know, it's funny you say that because I already pulled your record before you came on. And it says here, Olin Douglas has a record in Minnesota, which niggas don't be in Minnesota. But you know what nigga was in Minnesota? The brick woman. But you don't know her, huh? Okay. But they just kind of skim past that, right? Let's see if they talk about that anymore. Let's continue.
Okay. Okay. Did you hear that your daughter's mother came out and spoke? Did you hear that?
No, my daughter's mother never came out and spoke.
Okay, so anybody who was claiming to be your child's mother is lying.
Yeah. Okay. My daughter's mother just found out about the situation today. That's how much we don't do like internet stuff. I just called her and told her I was on the news, and she said, for what? And I said, like, she just found out about everything today, and it's been 3 months.
Oh wow! Give me just one quick second. Listen, if you have any final questions for our guests, make sure that you get.
No, I was just reading the comments. I'm sorry.
Okay, and you were saying that you have one child, not multiple.
Yeah, they say he has kids. I have one child.
How old are you, by the way?
29.
Are you? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wanted to just show you something real quick. I wanted to show you something.
I think this is where she's about to pull this nigga's card. Watch this, y'all.
She also this court situation. I mean, I didn't. They keep talking about if you go to court. What am I going to court for?
In terms of that May 21st, 2021, Minnesota District Court.
Listen closely, guys. This is where it is. We're done right here. We're done. We're done after this. This is the final part I wanted to show you. Look at this. Listen closely because we have to start on the other part of the show. Listen.
It says here, right, that May 21st, 2021, Minnesota District Court had gotten you for speeding. So you were in Minnesota in 2021.
Oh, so I'm not, okay. That wasn't me. So that was not me. So that's what you're talking about. No, but you know, I don't even care. I don't mind saying. My brother is a truck driver. He used my license and he got caught in the car as a truck driver, and then I got a ticket for that under my name. So that's what you meant by that. I was trying to figure out, like, what are you talking about Minnesota? But yeah, that's what that is, you better.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well,
but I get that basis. So that is me, actually. So you're right, but that wasn't actually me, which that's something I need to get taken care of a little bit later. Yeah.
Tell them niggas why you mad, son. Tell them niggas why you mad, son. Tell them why you mad, son. Tell them why you mad, son.
District Court had okay. It says here, right, that May 21st, 2021, Minnesota District Court had gotten you for speeding. So you were in Minnesota in 2021.
Oh, so I'm not, okay. That wasn't me. So that was not me. So that's what you're talking about. No, but you know, I don't even care. I don't mind saying. My brother is a truck driver. He used my license and he got caught in the car as a truck driver, and then I got a ticket for that under my name. So that's what you meant by that. I was trying to figure out, like, what are you talking about Minnesota? But yeah, that's what that is, you better.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well,
but I get that basis. So that is me, actually. So you're right, but that wasn't actually me, which that's something I need to get taken care of a little bit later. Okay. Yeah.
Because especially when people are saying that you two may have been in on it and then you were also in Minnesota the way she was in Minnesota. So you're saying that all of that is just.
Crazy. Nah, okay. I'm not, I don't know her. Okay. I mean, yeah, she's really, didn't she get in a fight again with two women the next day?
Oh, look what he just did, guys. Look what he just did. We're done. We're done with this pussy nigga. We're done with this pussy nigga. She finally pinpointed him. First he act like he ain't never heard of Minnesota. Then, oh yeah, my brother, he was in Minnesota and he was using my ID. How was your brother a truck driver using someone else's ID? Oh, so he's your twin brother, like Mark Sanchez said. Let's break this shit down because I have friends that have CDL driving license. You can't just be a fucking truck driver and just use somebody's license and not have your goddamn certificates and shit on you. He needed to use your license, not while he was just driving a Maserati. He was truck driving in Minnesota? But he used yours and you got to get it cleared up. Oh, yeah, by the way, I forgot about that. And then when she said, so you don't think that's kind of suspicious? He's like, anyway, that girl's problematic. Wasn't that girl fighting? Don't try to change the subject, nigga. Do you know her? Yes or no? Everybody's in Minnesota. Listen to this nigga.
So that is me, actually. So you're right, but that wasn't actually me, which that's something I need to get taken care of.
And his goofy ass, that sound like some tether shit anyway, even if it was your brother. Go look into Akon and his brother that looks just like him. I think his name is Blue or Boo. Anyway, back in the day, Akon got like called out because he was, and he admitted it, that he was sending his brother who looks like him, a bald-headed acorn head ass nigga, light bulb head ass, black head ass nigga, and he was sending his brothers to do the performances and lip sync the Akon songs. So he was over there in Dubai, and he would send his brother over there to Chicago or whatever, and they were doing multiple shows, and the people thinking it was Akon. That's some tether shit. So again, where are you from? And you don't know anything about Minnesota? Is everybody buffering? Or, oh, Solo says he has bad service. You're just gonna have to watch your back, bro. We're almost done.
A little bit later. Okay. Yeah.
Because especially when people are saying that you two may have been in on it, and then you were also in Minnesota the way she was in Minnesota. So you're saying that all of that is just
crazy. Nah, I'm not. I don't know her. I mean, yeah, she's really Then didn't she get in a fight again with two women the next day? Or
listen,
this girl.
You know when.
So again, you guys can watch the whole interview. That was pretty much it. We're 2 hours into this thing. I only got maybe an hour and a half left to talk about the main topic. I really just wanted to break this down because this is breaking news, and now it looks like this dude's in on it too. And if that's the case, I want him to get found out too. We might need to open a whole investigation case on him, but I'm good enough with her getting caught right now. I heard De Facto said something about she's out on bond. Is that true? Did Rhoda turn herself in and she's already out on bond? Because first of all, that would be extremely fast. Some people, you at least spend a day in jail or whatever. Secondly, if she did get out on bond, where is her mugshot? I need her mugshot on a t-shirt immediately. Now, let's get on with the topic of the evening. You guys came to talk about a black man in a dress, and we're looking at this black man right here. He doesn't need a dress. He's also a problem. So that's why I talked about him first. We'll update you on any news with the brick woman as it comes out. But let's talk a little bit about the dress situation because, well, let's start here. How about that? Let's just go ahead and get straight into it. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle your seatbelts.
About the black man putting on a dress conversation.
You talking to a black man that put on a dress?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. That conversation to me it's silly because.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
About the black man putting on a dress conversation.
You talking to a black man that put on a dress?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. That conversation to me it's silly because it's a negative thing that is only in black people. We have, for some reason, been programmed to look down on the craziest parts about our experience, that we're supposed to not embrace our past, not embrace our history, not embrace our heroes, not embrace our different levels of comedy, that we have to be this way. When Robin Williams puts on a dress and is Mrs. Doubtfire, he gets nominated for an Oscar, and white people think it's brilliant. His community embraces him. When Dustin Hoffman puts on a dress in Tootsie and he wins an Oscar, he's labeled brilliant. When black people put on dresses, all of a sudden we're labeled by our own people like something negative. And I'm like, we did White Chicks. That's a classic movie. Mm-hmm. It's a classic. I don't care what nobody says.
No,
it's a classic.
Everyone says it's a classic.
That whole thing about, you put on a dress and you selling out, that is not an artist's mindset. When you're an artist, you go out and you create art.
Yikes. No. Ladies and gentlemen, so this is the topic of the conversation. Marlon Wayans thinks it's a silly conversation. Mwahahahaha. Now, mind you, de facto, this is the same Marlon Wayans that, as he said, dressed like a bitch not once, but how many times? Twice. Talk to me in the chat. Can y'all hear me? Hold on, let me exit this out. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Y'all can't even see me right now. Wait, what the fuck? Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? What the hell? Hold on. FaceTime. Fuck. Can y'all see me? Okay. I hate that fucking light like that. Anyway, there's something up with this light situation. I need more light situation. But I can't put this light on because that's too much. I do like the way that looks though, but I just don't. Oh, let me put this on here. Yeah, that's better. Anyway, y'all. So Marlon Wayans thinks the conversation is silly. Now, why is this important? For a number of reasons. Cat Williams, as you know, how many views, Bryce, does that Cat Williams video have right now? And we're gonna talk specifically about what Marlon Wayans said, because I think that that's a very important thing that he said. He said some very important counterpoints to our argument. And like I told you before, we need to be able to have discussions at the round table with people that we do not agree with. Marlon Wayans, we clearly don't agree with you, brother. Remember, Marlon Wayans, particularly, it's not about him. But if we're talking about Marlon Wayans, he dressed like a woman in White Chicks, where there were many homosexual connotations in that movie. Also, that's the movie where Terry Crews got one of his big roles, being this gay guy and all this. So that's the whole trope with the White Chicks movie. Again, he wanted to talk about, now let's break it down, guys. Let's break this down real quick. So Marlon Wayans thinks it's a silly conversation because the white people, when the white people do it, they celebrate each other. Did you hear him? Listen to Marlon Wayans. First of all, watch this video right here and ask yourself if we should be doing everything that the white people celebrate.
We timed the kisses. Last year's winner was upwards of 1 minute and some seconds, which is a pretty lengthy kiss to watch. And they will win a $75 gift packet from Planet Dog featuring Planet Dog products. It promises to be crowded as usual. It promises to be competitive as usual. And we're starting to get people in the door as I speak. We don't know how many we'll get. Last year we had, I think, 25 or 30 contestants. This is one of our premier events, along with our Sit with Santa, where dogs get their picture taken with Santa Claus, or our Halloween costume party. One of our most popular events. All those events go towards our Planet Dog Foundation. The foundation, Planet Dog Foundation, actually provides grants and money to nonprofit organizations across the country that provide dogs helping humans. So rescue dog organizations, therapy dogs, service dogs, canine police units, search and rescue, all those kinds of organizations benefit from the Planet Dog Foundation. So that's why these events are so important. 3 days later.
Ooh, child.
Now that you've seen that video of some of the things that white people culturally celebrate, not all the time, not everyone, but a sector of white people celebrate, are you going to still use that argument with us, Marlon Wayans? Because listen to what Marlon Wayans says. Marlon Wayans says, well, when you see the white man do it, they celebrate each other. They win an Oscar with each other. But black people, we're the only ones. First of all, Marlon Wayans, let's do this, Marlon. because Marlon was the same dude who also had a problem with the Alabama video. Remember? He said that was silly. Does anybody remember that Alabama fight video where the black people whooped the asses of the people who were trying to jump that black man at work? Marlon Wayans hopped his goofy ass on the internet, not to support the situation, but to say this is silly. It's silly. It's silly that black people are making such a big deal about it. He chose that moment to be the opposition. So now we're having another grassroots conversation, because remember, that was a grassroots moment. Can somebody put that in the chat? That was a grassroots moment, the Alabama video. Now Marlon Wayans is on the wrong side of history again, talking about the conversation is silly that they're having on the grassroots about the black man being emasculated in a humiliation ritual. And then he goes on to say the black community is the only community that makes a big deal about their men in dresses. He goes on to talk about how white people celebrate theirs when they put on a dress. Now let's just tackle that as it is. I'm gonna show you how to tackle a conversation. All you gotta say is this to Marlon Wayans. Marlon Wayans, there's more races than white and black. Can somebody tell Marlon Wayans that there's Latino people, that there's Asian people, and when I say Asian, I mean like traditionally Chinese, Japanese. Then there's the Arab people. There's the other Asian people who are like Indian, like the red dot people. There's like all type of people in the world. And in many places in the world, that people who are not black, I'm talking Asian countries, Dubai and all these, they do not allow homosexuality. They do not allow the promotion of homosexual images. I believe it might have been North Korea or something that recently said, you can't even wear tight pants. Men can't wear women clothing. None of that. These are non-black nations. But you see, again, this is a big thing that you guys need to focus on. These Negroes that be so quick to talk about how the black community needs to do this and that better, and we're the only people. That's the same thing that Gabrielle Union tried to do. I can't even play the video because every time I try to play the video, BET gives me a strike. But go look up Gabrielle Union. It had a red background at the BET Awards. She's up there. Oh, and we need to accept trans rights for kids. The black community, we know about struggle, so why are we not accepting trans rights for kids? This is the only community that you can talk down to on subjects that we've already made our mind up about. Every other culture already made up their mind about certain things such as homosexuality and whatever being promoted in the open. But we're the only people that's told that we're wrong for establishing some type of order and having some type of prohibited list. Listen to what he says. We're the only ones. He doesn't want smoke with Dubai. He doesn't want smoke with Qatar. He doesn't want smoke with North Korea. He doesn't want smoke with Iran or wherever else that they have those strict Somalia. He doesn't even want smoke with other African countries. Get that. Since we're talking about the Somalia woman, they don't allow that shit out there either. I believe Somalia, when I looked into it, Somalia is one of the 11 places in the world that it can be punishable by possible death to be homosexual. So let's hear Marlon Wayans talk about any of the other nations, or even talk about the black nations in Africa, about how they're just silly.
About the black man putting on a dress conversation.
You talking to a black man that put on a dress?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. That conversation to me it's silly, because it's a negative thing that is only in black people. We have, for some reason, been programmed to look down on the craziest parts about our experience, that we're supposed to not embrace our past, not embrace our history, not embrace our heroes, not embrace our different levels of comedy, that we have to be this way. When Robin Williams puts...
He's talking about embracing our history, embracing our past. What is he talking? Oh, you're talking about the buck breaking, right? Is that what he's talking about when he said the black man wearing a dress is embracing our history and embracing our past? Because culturally, it's not. You can't be talking about us as a culture and what we've accepted culturally. That's not the thing. Niggas aren't wearing dresses like, a robe like Jesus Christ. He's acting like, well, when we was Hebrew Israelites, we would wear robes. No, this ain't that type of thing. Don't even make it type of that. Black men have never traditionally wore dresses unless it was some type of sick, buck-breaking ritual. So don't try to make it seem like by us calling you out, that's denying you from tapping into your history. Unless you're trying to tap into the buck-broken history, it's deep. It's like De Facto says, you got black men out here living out genetic trauma from an ancestor that was raped or buck broken, and we just call them gay. That's why I have conversations with people like Conscious TV. I know Conscious TV was sexually assaulted, allegedly. Something happened, and he didn't take it right. So I don't even be mad at gay people. A lot of them just shit. They like, okay, I might as well be gay. I must be gay. Remember, Billy Porter? He went on to write that his stepdad put his penis in his mouth when he was 6 years old, 7 years old. And now Billy Porter is one of the most outlandish, flamboyant gay males, and he wants us to believe that he was just born that way. But he literally wrote a novel and said that his stepdad, his mom's new boyfriend, came and put his penis in his mouth at the end of the night. But we're supposed to believe that there's no connection to that, to what happened to how you're living now. And I'm not even the one to psychoanalyze. I'm talking about Marlon Wayans. Marlon Wayans said it's a silly conversation for us to get to the bottom of this and to call it out for what it is. I bet you Marlon Wayans thought it was, I wonder how Marlon Wayans felt about the brick situation. You notice how these type of niggas are never on the right side of the conversation. They voted, they're batting 0 for 10, guys. They're going 0 for 10. They voted for Joe Biden. They got their 4th booster shot. Right? Now they're voting for Donald Trump, just trying to find the next master that'll do them right. They didn't like the Alabama brawl. They don't see importance of reparations. They think the dress conversation and humiliation ritual that Cat Williams was talking about is silly. These niggas are just not making any layups, no shots, no nothing.
The black man putting on a dress conversation.
You talking to a black man that put on a dress?
Mm-hmm.
That conversation to me it's silly, because it's a negative thing that is only in black people. We have, for some reason,
thing that's only in black people, but there are nations that are not black that literally call for the death of people that are homosexual. But it's only in black people that we uphold these standards. Places like North Korea, if I'm not mistaken, it was another Asian country, if it wasn't North Korea, that literally said the women cannot wear tight pants and the men can't dress like women by law. By law. But let's continue. Now, this is a good representation. This is Cat Williams. Now, let me talk about Cat Williams again real quick, because I did a whole stream on the Cat Williams interview. You can go watch that. Cat Williams dropped some bars. How many million views does that have? I think it's about to be the #1. It's definitely going to be the #1 video over time, because the one that's #1 has like, what, 57 million, and that was over 4 years. So this video hasn't even been out, what, 3 weeks? It's already at 50 million, guys. So a lot of those conversations, you got to think about how many people just heard that conversation for the first time. Now, a lot of us, we like the Cat Williams conversation because we've been having that conversation on the grassroots for a long time. But out of the 50 million, what percentage, I'm going to ask you guys, out of the 50 million of people that watched that Cat Williams interview, what percentage of them did never really thought about an agenda with black men in dresses? Never even put the pieces together. What percentage? Because remember, a lot of them that were watching that interview, just watched it because it was on the timeline, because everybody was talking about it. They heard somebody talk about it at work. What percentage of the 50 million that watch that have never even had it in their mind that, you know what, I never thought about a humiliation ritual with black men in dresses, and they don't do this with other cultures. And the only cultures, like Marlon Wayans said, the only cultures are black and white. That's the only two that do it. And the white people accept it, and the black people don't. So there's something wrong with the black people, completely negating that all the other nations on the earth do not accept this. Every other nation, the yellow man, the wabba man, the da-da-da, the Arab man, red dot man, they don't accept this. But let Marlon Wayans tell you, it's just black and white people, and we're not doing something right because we don't celebrate it like the white man does. Are you listening to this? There's only black and white, and the blacks must be doing something wrong because we're not following how the white man celebrates that.
About the black man putting on a dress conversation.
You talking to a black man that put on a dress?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. That conversation to me it's silly because it's a negative thing that is only in black people. We have, for some reason, been programmed to look down on the craziest parts about our experience, that we're supposed to not embrace our past, not embrace our history, not embrace our heroes, not embrace our different levels of comedy, that we have to be this way. When Robin Williams puts on a dress and is Mrs. Doubtfire, he gets nominated for an Oscar, and white people think it's brilliant. His community embraces him. When Dustin Hoffman puts on a dress in Tootsie and he wins an Oscar, he's labeled brilliant. When black people put on dresses, all of a sudden we're labeled by our own people like something negative. And I'm like, we did White Chicks. That's a classic movie. Mm-hmm. It's a classic. I don't care what nobody says. It's a classic.
Everyone says it's a classic.
That whole thing about, you put on a dress and you selling out, that is not an artist's mindset. When you're an artist, you go out and you create art.
But that's the problem, Marlon. Are you an artist first, or are you a black man first? A lot of people come in the chat and they'll be like B1. And I understand that concept, because what B1 means is I'm black before any of these other labels. I'm black before I'm a man. I'm black before I'm gay. I'm black before I'm an actor. I'm black before I'm rich. Remember the Jay-Z song, Still Nigga? I'm black before I'm an activist. I'm black before I have a PhD. I'm black before I'm an artist. So he's talking about it never crosses his mind as an artist that he might be selling out. Well, what about as a black man? You should be that first. Before you're an artist, you should be a black man. It never crossed your mind? Oh, it never crossed his mind. Look, it never crossed Marlon Wayans' mind that Kevin Hart. Look at Kevin Hart. He said he wouldn't wear a dress either. Look at, what's this man's name? Go ahead and name some of these people just so we're clear. Jamie Foxx, Wanda, that was funny too. Yeah, it was funny in 1993. Oh, you can't forget, what's this man's name? Tyler Perry. You can't forget good old Medea. I think he just signed with BET or something. And then you got Eddie Murphy. He did Nutty Professor 1, 2, and 3, and Norbit, where he was Rasputia. Then look at Chris Rock, the same one who got slapped by Will Smith. He was also dressed as a bitch on the Will Smith show, if I'm not mistaken. Then, of course, you got this dude. He was going at it with Cat Williams, Mr. Ricky Smiley. His most famous role is dressing like a grandma in a fucking Baptist church. Then you got Chris Tucker, forgive me. I'm getting confused with all these niggas. This was the Fifth Element. I was confused why he dressed like that. This is the strongest face Negro you ever seen in your life, Wesley Snipes. He was also Nino Brown playing a black strong man. Then they put him in this dress. Look at Arsenio Hall. He dressed like a bitch right along next side of Eddie Murphy again and again. These are all, I guess it's so fucking funny. And this dude, I forget his actual name. Go ahead and put it in the chat. But he was Joanna Man. I guess this was funny in 2001, the idea of a Joanna Man. And then, of course, you got Melvin from Baby Boy. How do you go from this to Melvin and Baby Boy? Or how do you go from Melvin to this? And then, of course, you can't go without these guys from the In Living Color. Hated it. Damon Wayans and what's this other nigga's name right here? I forget this nigga's name. It doesn't matter. And this is not a photoshopped image because you got Will Smith. And I think he dressed like this in the Wild Wild West, if I'm not mistaken. Will Smith dressed like a bitch. Look at Myrtle Urkel. Steve Urkel. Remember, Urkel was the one that made black people digestible in America. Oh, yeah. We talking that shit tonight. Now, look at Kel. Keaton and Kel. Who loves orange soda? Kel loves orange soda. Now, think about how many times. Is this a coincidence? This is the 50th person. Look at Keenan and Kel. This is the joke, right? It's just so fucking funny over and over and over. Yeah, that was his name from Joanna Man, Miguel Nunez Jr. Look at Shanae. We can't forget about Martin Lawrence and Shanae. Cat Williams said Martin Lawrence tried to offer him the dress. And then look at Marlon Wayans, the same nigga who said all of this is silly, and his brother dressed like white bitches. Yeah, it was funny. This is Flip Wilson, one of the first black men accredited with wearing a dress in public. Go look up Flip Wilson. What year was this where Flip Wilson wore the dress? And look at Tracy Morgan. Can't forget Tracy Morgan. I bet you didn't even know Tracy Morgan wore a dress because you weren't paying attention to the patterns of the strategies of warfare. And you can't forget Mr. Brandon T. Jackson. Shout out to Brandon T. Jackson. He follows me on Instagram. But yes, he wore the dress. He said it ruined his life when he took that role in Martin Lawrence. Let's continue. I mean, this isn't comedy anymore, is it? Now it's just passing all type of boundaries and genres. Now you got Dennis Rodman. He was dressed like a bitch. That was what, 1996? Look at Charles Barkley, another NFL player. See, now they're going into all of our black. These niggas are 7 feet tall. These are 7 feet tall niggas. Look at this. Cedric the Entertainer. Oh, look. He just played a Southern grandma. That's just so funny. That's so unique. That's just so unique. Then remember this, look up this dude's name. I think his name is Jay Farrow or something. He made a whole show about how Jamie Foxx made him wear the dress. And look at Richard Pryor, sadly. Yes, I guess it is comedy. You know what? It must be right. If Richard Pryor did it, right? And we can't forget about our good old friend, Taye Diggs, who's not a basketball player. He's not a comedian. But he's a black actor that the black women love. Then the big old strong Rock, who's also a black man. His father is a black man. You got the strongest man in America to wear a dress. And finally, Billy Porter, who said his stepfather put his penis in his mouth and now he just happens to be gay. Honorable mentions goes out to LeBron James and Deion fucking Sanders. Talk to me in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, Shaq. Let's go ahead and do it. Where's de facto at? Shaq did it. Fuck it. We got a few more minutes to talk our shit today. Hold on, y'all. De facto, where you at? Can I get a cuckoo? Cuckoo. Can I get a cuckoo? Cuckoo. Hold on. Cuckoo. Look at this, y'all. This is gonna break your heart right here. It broke my heart, but then again, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I feel about this. Share screen. I'm gonna show you what I feel about this, guys. Mind you, if you are a woman or you are Caucasian or you are a black man that doesn't understand the systematic enforcement of the ideologies of white supremacy, you might not understand this. But a lot of my women do understand this. And either they're not going to admit it or they're going to support me. But shout out to the women that understand this. Shout out to the women that don't want their man in a dress. Look at Dave Chappelle. People used to talk about this old movie Dave Chappelle was in where he wore a dress. But some new footage came out that's actually not new. But let's just look at this.
Just don't match my purse. Blinking, fix your boobs. You look like a bleeding Picasso.
Welcome back to the channel once again.
Okay. Now this I'm gonna mute it, but this is Dave Chappelle, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna go ahead and mute the audio because I don't know the channel and I don't really want to hear what the fuck they're talking about. But this is Dave Chappelle, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, you can go look up the Oprah Winfrey. No, you can go look up the Oprah Winfrey interview at the top where he's talking about how he finally realized. Now look at the bottom. Look at the bottom. That's Dave Chappelle. But this looks like 1993, 94. So I'm not making excuses for that man. But what I am saying is that you have to understand, it's like I told you, there was a period of time where we were asleep. There was a period of time where we might have actually thought it was funny. Because remember, back then, this was taboo. So maybe he thought, okay, I'm going to do it. It's just going to be a joke. It's going to be comedy. He was a young comedian. I'm going to give him a pass on this. Even though I wouldn't have done this, I'm going to give him a pass because there was no mainstream conversation or even really a grassroots conversation about the humiliation rituals. But now there is. So if you're still doing this, when you hear our people talking about it and you're trying to dismiss it, that's the problem. Look at Dave. Look at Dave Chappelle. You know, Solo says he must have been about 19 or 20 right here. So again, this footage came out, but I'm not going to say he's a sellout for it. I'm just going to say he learned better. Now let's listen to what he said. Let's listen to what he said, guys. I know you've seen this footage before, but let's listen to what he said about the dress when he finally realized that the dress situation, that there was something wrong. He finally realized there was something wrong with the dress situation. Hold on.
Movies in a dress. It's every black man. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress. This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here. They come in. The writer comes in. I think he's the writer. He's like, Dave, listen, we got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail. So he disguises you as a prostitute. And he put this dress on. And what? This prostitute? No, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. That should have been in the discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. So, well, if all the greats have done it, it's kind of hacky, right? You're right. So why don't we just not do it? Because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress. Oh, come on, Dave. Listen, we got it all set up. We're supposed to shoot. Every minute you waste costs this much money. You know, the pressure comes in. He said, I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress. Just give me something funny to say. I don't need to wear no dress to be funny. What am I, Milton Berle? You know, we're going like this. And then finally he's like, and he leaves. And then like the director comes, Dave, it really would be great if you wear the dress. What is wrong? What is this, Brokeback Mountain in here? So then, wear the dress. I don't want to wear the dress. I want to wear this dress. You know what I mean? This is, oh gosh, this guy's so difficult. They leave. Now the producers comes, come on, David, would be so great. I mean, and then I started thinking about it. All the comics that I've seen, man, you know, strong brothers, why are they putting us in these dresses? But the minute it was clear, I was at
Hold on, y'all. My internet kind of froze out on me. Sorry about that. Every time I try to show some videos, my internet starts crashing out. Give me one moment. Give me one moment, y'all. Can y'all see this on the screen?
Yeah, we just stick the thermometer.
Every time I try to start this shit
Additionally,
on the
Tuesday,
screen,
Netflix
it kind of
released Dave
crashes out
Chappelle's
on me.
latest
So,
stand-up comedy special, The Closer. The 1 hour and 12-minute stand-up takes place in Detroit and serves as Chappelle's final offering in this extremely lucrative Netflix deal. And like many of his
hold on.
recent specials, The
There we
Closer
go,
has
right
been
there.
met with a wild mix of utmost praise
Okay,
and extreme
yeah.
criticism.
So anyway, guys, that is the story of Dave Chappelle, and that is why I don't have a problem with Dave Chappelle with this new footage that I saw. I would never dress like this, but don't you notice? Look, he's on the Howard Stern show. He's on the Howard Stern show. Matter of fact, let me show you something else. Somebody put that in the chat. He's on the Howard Stern show dressed like a bitch. And this is why I told you we are always the butt of somebody's joke. Because even if Dave Chappelle didn't know what was going on, you better believe Howard Stern knows what was going on. Guys, what is the dude's name? Hold on, y'all. Oh, it's probably gonna be so hard to find this because here it is right here. Look. This is the same Howard Stern that got Dave Chappelle in a dress. Look.
Age 9 inches.
Our next pair of judges couldn't be with us in the studio tonight. They're celebrating the new year from a secret location. Here they are, Hollywood's oddest couple.
Look at this, y'all. This is the same dude that got Dave Chappelle in a dress. Howard Stern, a so-called Jewish man. And this is why I told you, if you don't understand the systematic enforcement of the ideologies of white supremacy, then you're not even qualified to have these conversations. Because the whole time you thinking some shit is a joke. Somebody put that in the chat. Name one nigga in the hood that play like that. Whole time you think you always playing. That's your problem. You always think everybody playing. Ain't nobody playing but you. That's a perfect analogy for the black community. Who you remember Craig, what he told Smokey? Smokey thinking it's a game, but they about to get shot and killed. The whole problem is you think this shit is a joke, whole while the red man is purposely doing this to you. Look at this. This is the dude who played George Jefferson, who was another black American, allegedly heterosexual man who we looked up to for being funny, masculine, and he used to talk shit to the white man. Remember? Don't you know how big it was for that show? Remember, moving on up, moving on up. That dude, he used to constantly talk shit to white people. He had his own money. He was popping his shit. He was walking like he was walking his walk. Now look how they got him. Look how they got him.
9 inches.
Our next pair of judges couldn't be with us in the studio tonight. They're celebrating the new year from a secret location. Here they are, Hollywood's oddest couple, Ted Danson and Whoopi Goldberg, via satellite transmission.
Well, how are you doing there, Missy Robin Quiver? You know, Robin, Whoopi is a whole lot prettier after you drunk a couple of bottles of this here malt liquor.
Drink on, honey.
With every sip, you get better and better, baby. Your snatch smell like a kingfish.
Oh, I didn't like that.
Ted, I must say that I can't believe you're still in blackface after the Friars Roast controversy.
Oh, hush up. I hate blackface. I just can't get this shit off. Besides, Whoopi done wrote everything I'm going to say here tonight, so it's all right. Ain't that right, you smelly nigga?
I didn't write that.
Right, you smelly nigga. Right, so it's all right. Ain't that right, you smelly nigga? Everything I'm going to say here tonight, so it's all right. Ain't that right, you smelly nigga? Whoopi done wrote everything I'm going to say here tonight, so it's all right. Ain't that right, you smelly nigga?
You see? You see? You see how that? You see? And that's the dude's face right there, where he can't believe that the red man is really doing this. That dude went off script. That dude wasn't supposed to say all that. This dude right here, he can't even believe it. But he's still in character. Talk to me in the chat. That's what it means to sell your soul, where you still understand, like, wait a minute, that's wrong. But you got to stand in character. And your character is Whoopi Goldberg. This nigga sold his soul, and they made him become Whoopi Goldberg. Look, they got the Negro picture in the back, the Negro things in the back, the caricatures. Look.
Can't get this shit off. Besides, Whoopi done wrote everything I'm going to say here tonight, so it's all right. Ain't that right, you smelly nigga?
I didn't write that.
Well, you is a smelly nigga. I got some more jokes for your New Year's Eve party there.
You're not tired of this.
And don't be racially offended, because Whoopi done wrote them for me, okay? Here we go.
Go ahead.
Black hole.
Black hole.
You're going to love this. Hey, look at that. What do I loves most about the Whoopi?
Oh,
yeah.
That sure has great timing.
Hey, Robin, what does you call a black rocket scientist?
I don't know,
A
Ted.
nigga. Whoopi wrote.
You see? You see? This is what I'm trying to get you to see. This is probably one of the more blatant times where they laughed in your face and you just thought it was what, comedy? Under what? What time was this? Hold on. What time was this where this was comedy, guys? Can somebody tell me? What year was this where this particular shit was considered comedy? Hold on, let me make sure my internet's still coming up, because god damn, every time I show these videos, my shit start lagging like a motherfucker. Yeah, what year was this where they considered this comedy? And I'm just trying to show you that we are the butt of the joke, in particular when it comes time to this dress thing. They're trying to emasculate us. And you cannot bring up white people who did it too, because white people have no problem with emasculation traditionally. When you look into the traditions and the culture of the red man, they do not uphold masculinity the same as the black man does. That's why I told you the same with women. Women do not look at sexuality the same way men do. That's why women be eating each other's pussy and then go about their business. Suck each other's titties and go about their business. Or at the very least, they grab each other's titties and compare titties and smack each other's asses. That's what women do, because they don't uphold masculinity like the man. Furthermore, the red man does not uphold his masculinity like they uphold the black man does. So that's why when you get a black man to do this weird shit, it's a sick fetish and it's an inside joke. This is on the Howard Stern show. This is the dude from the popular black man from the Jeffersons. He was known to talk shit to white people on his show, and years later, this is what he went on to do. So the question is, does he not know his influence on Black America, or does he not care? Let me ask you guys that. This is the dude who, after the Jeffersons, which was, whether you like it or not, that's why I talk about celebrities and stuff. The show The Jeffersons was big. The same way the Cosby Show was big in its own way. The same way Family Matters with Steve Urkel was big in its own way for introducing black people. The same way Michael Jackson was big in Billie Jean, and MTV had to play black artists. So does he not know about his representation, or does he not care? Let's look at this.
Nigga. I didn't. Everything I'm going to say here tonight, so it's all right. Ain't that right, you smelly nigga?
I didn't write that.
Well, you is a smelly nigga. I got some more jokes for your New Year's Eve party there.
You're not tired of this.
And don't be racially offended, because Whoopi done wrote them for me, okay? Here we go.
Go ahead.
Black hole.
Black hole.
You're going to love this. Hey, look at that. What do I loves most about the Whoopi? Yeah.
Such a great timing.
Hey, Robin, what does you call a black rocket scientist?
I don't know,
A
Dad.
nigger. Whoopi wrote it. Whoopi wrote it. Hey, did you happen to notice this?
No, what
this
is that?
This my mother, Mama Dancing. Why, she done work in blackface, too.
She must be very proud.
Yeah.
Now I know you really love me, Ted. You the man.
I tell you, you the man. What done happened to Sherman's career? It's really over the end.
You hear what he's saying? Now he's improvising. Look, he said, "What happened to Sherman's career?" So they're supposed to be acting like this dude named Ted Danson and Whoopi Goldberg, but he just broke the script. He said, "Look how I got Sherman." He called him Sherman. Somebody put that in the chat. He said, "Look how I got Sherman, y'all. Look how I got Sherman. Look."
Man. What done happened to Sherman's career?
Very proud.
Yeah.
Now I know you really love me, Ted. You the man.
I tell you, you the man. What done happened to Sherman's career? It's really over the end. I want you to give us a kiss, you smelly coghead coon. I love
May
you.
I say something here?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can say whatever you want, you smelly nigga.
This nigga was off his rocker, guys. This dude was really wilding. This dude really got into character, guys. I'm gonna tell you the truth. He might be better at blackface than me. This dude is probably better. I'm gonna just be honest. He might be a better blackface than me. What do you think? Who did blackface better? Me or Howard Stern? This is me. This is Howard Stern. Now, I still haven't perfected my nigga voice. Oh, you're smelling nigga. Did you hear what he said? You can ask me whatever. Oh, you can ask me whatever you want. You smelling nigga. That's why I told you they love those commercials like love that chicken from Popeyes. Remember the black woman who used to be the face of Popeyes? Oh, come on in and get some of our 4-piece Louisiana seasoned chicken nuggets. Ooh, Lord. Ooh, we got catfish nuggets galore. Come get you some catfish. Ooh, and some sweet lemonade. They love that, guys. That reminds them of our subservience to them. That whole, ooh, I'm a good sweet nigga. I'm gonna start dancing and I'm gonna just, ooh, massa, is we sick? That type of nigga is the nigga that they love because they can still drain all of our energy, but they don't have to worry about us being rebellious. Talk to me in the chat. You smelling niggas? I want every one of you smelling niggas in the chat to talk to me.
What happened to Sherman's career? It's really over the end. I want you to give us a kiss, you smelly coghead coon. I love
May
you.
I say something here?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can say whatever you want, you smelly nigga. Whoopi wrote that.
That's it, Ted. You didn't know I was going to say that. Whoopi had no chance to write it. I don't accept that kind of language. You can call her whatever you want, but you don't talk to me that way or I'll leave.
Well, don't let the door hit you on your big black ass, mama, on the way out of here. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. Now, Whoopi, you is a filthy nigga.
Wow. Wow. And look, the other black woman who was there, she sounded like she was breaking the script too. She's like, now, wait a minute. That wasn't part of the script. No. This is me talking. And I walk out. That's a black woman who's worked with him for years. Somebody put her name. I think her name is Robin. I remember I was young back in the day. I wasn't even supposed to be watching the Howard Stern show. She was always sitting there, just yes a massa with this nigga, no matter what he did. She was always right there. I remember that. Now she tried to push back. He said, oh, well, you know what? I'm too far into this blackface character. And at this point, bitch, you can get the fuck out too. Don't let the door hit you on your big smelling nigga ass. And then he went on and doubled down and called her a nigger again. Mind you, this is for educational purposes, guys. I do not support bullying. but I want to show you the history of this country, how it goes. All of this is the strategies of warfare. You can't disconnect any of this. And the whole time, whether we're talking about the brick situation in the beginning or this situation right here with the black man in dresses, the black man is under attack. That's the commonality.
Whoopi had no chance to write it. I don't accept that kind of language. You can call her whatever you want, but you don't talk to me that way or I'll leave.
Well, don't let the door hit you on your big black ass, mama, on the way out of here. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. Now, Whoopi, you is a filthy nigger.
I didn't write that.
Well, you is a smelly nigger, so what's the difference?
Look, you two,
Yeah.
don't you think you're going to ruin your career this way?
No. What's wrong with you? This here routine is showing people that we is not afraid to confront our racial stereotypes. Looky here. We is a nation of racists, and we must break through that barrier that we done constructed for ourselves. Can't you see that?
Look at the black man's face. He looked like he's kidnapped. That man looks kidnapped. That's George Jefferson, y'all. Why is he doing this? It's not like he won an Oscar for this role right here. Niggas don't even know about this shit. You gotta pull this shit out the motherfucking dungeon. Why did he do this? How much did he get paid for this? Did he get paid for this? What was his payment for this? Did they threaten his family? He's sitting there like, oh my God, he's just strapped along for the ride. Wow. This is the type of shit that Marlon Wayans is gonna convince you is comedy. You know, when Howard Stern did it, and you're comparing me to Howard Stern. So again, in 2024, we have to understand only certain people can have conversations. We talked yesterday about Willie D and all these other goofy niggas who were on the wrong side of the brick conversation. Now they're coming back like nothing happened. Look, let me show you another person who came back like, and you can watch the rest of this video right here. But let me show you before I get out of here another person who let me show you another person who's trying to backtrack. Another backtracker. Hold on. History. Before we get out of here, guys. Because this is all one conversation. That's why I put everything into one conversation. Because this is all one conversation. Look at this. Look.
I'm a donkey. Yes, you are a donkey. So I'll show you how to act a donkey. Everything that Charlamagne is saying is true.
That damn Taylor knows she know how to make a good intro. Don't she? Drop on a clues bomb for Taylor. Taylor made it. With felony theft by deception. Goes to 30.
But guys, federal law allows citizens such as myself to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and or period which does not infringe on the copyright 17 USC 107. This is what I'm talking about. These are the same niggas that are always on the wrong side of the conversation. Coincidentally, they're the same niggas that they see no problem with the dress. They see no problem with the vaccine. They see no problem with Joe Biden. They believe the brick lady. This is another dude who's on, I believe, the #1 urban show in America. When I say urban, I mean black show in America. If I'm not mistaken, if you guys tell me what radio show or what show is bigger than them, these dudes made a whole segment talking about how black men I can't believe we're in this state, and the whole same narrative that we're used to. They took caller after caller. They allowed all the black women to call in and talk about all their different traumas. Well, I didn't get hit with a brick, but you know, I remember one time I was coming drunk from a college party and this black man smacked my ass and asked for my number and I was triggered. They allowed all the garbage to go out on the internet. Now look at this now that the woman was found guilty. Look. I'm trying to show you something.
Taylor made it. Okay? Donkey of the day for Thursday, January 18th goes to 33-year-old Rhoda Osman of Houston, Texas. Rhoda has been charged with felony theft by deception. Now, many of y'all remember Rhoda because she went viral after posting a video of her saying that she got hit in the head with a brick, okay, because she refused to give a man her phone number. It was all over Shade Room and World Star, one of those situations that caused the digital divide between men and women to grow wider. You know,
one of those situations. Do you hear how these niggas all are talking, guys? These guys are all talking like we can't go back to their videos and see how they allowed that narrative to spill over. Some of them even called for our death. Now, Charlemagne didn't call for our death, but basically he allowed that to be one of the solutions. Now, they're all talking about, this is one of those situations that, caused a bigger divide. Now they understand it. Now they understand it. But the one thing you won't hear is an apology. Let's continue. I don't want to get the copyright strike because Breakfast Club sometimes be tripping, but let's continue.
It's always a gender war on social media. There's literally a podcast community, a YouTube broadcast community called the Manosphere. And these folks make a living, if you want to call it that, off men versus women.
You hear this? You hear this? This is some conscious leash shit now. Now he's talking about the Manosphere. Again, he won't ever... Now, I'm not part of the quote-unquote Manosphere. I've never considered myself that. But if we're just taking everything away from like what people say, the honest truth is the Manosphere is basically just men feeling like they need a space to speak. Unadulterated. They felt like they never had a place to speak. And so whatever side of the coin you feel, whether you have extremist views or not, you're all going to be labeled part of the Manosphere. This nigga just tried to label us like the red man does. Now, mind you, he's supposed to be giving Donkey of the Day to the brick lady, but the first thing he does is talk about the Manosphere and, I guess if you could say they're making a living. What? What does the quote-unquote Manosphere have to do with this? And if you are going to speak about the Manosphere, the only thing and the first thing you should say is they were right about this woman. You're not going to give credibility to the so-called Manosphere, but you're going to mention them on a national platform and try to just give them an underhanded compliment, all before you talk about this woman's lies that you allowed to spill over because you're not willing to accept accountability.
Podcast community, a YouTube broadcast community called the Manosphere. And these folks make a living, if you want to call it that, off men versus women fighting online, okay? And this Rhoda Osman situation definitely have folks at odds because, once again, she claims she got hit in the face with a brick because she didn't give a man her phone number. Very triggering story for a lot of women, okay? Because this has happened to a lot of women, all right? They ignored the guy, didn't give him the correct number, and the guy physically assaulted them.
Okay, now here we go. Here we go again. Oh, my God. These niggas are so exhausting, guys. Here we go again. Now let's talk about the anecdotal, hypothetical, stories of men that do bring damage to women when they are. Let's talk about those one-off cases that we have no evidence of right now. Instead of talking about, he's already 2 minutes in. He's not talking about the brick woman. He's talking about the Manosphere. He's talking about the men that do throw bricks. You see how these dudes operate, right? I need to read some comments. You see how these dudes operate, right?
Them in some way. It's a shame that so many women feel forced to give up their numbers to dudes because some dudes be so aggressive that they don't even realize the only reason the woman is giving up her number is because she shook to death.
First of all, Charlemagne the God, and I'm not trying to, bring up rumors, but Charlemagne the God has allegedly cases for grape, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. There's some stories of Charlemagne the God doing some crazy stuff. But now he goes into the narrative of, these men are so aggressive. Why are you taking this time to talk about aggressive men when the story is a lie and that's what you're supposed to be focusing on, Charlemagne?
Okay, and plenty of women have told me that they can't give out a fake number because dudes be literally calling right there on the spot. Okay. And if she gives them a wrong number, it makes the prospects of danger even greater. Okay. So when women who have that fear or who have been assaulted because they ignored a man saw Rhoda Osmond's story, it was very triggering. Okay. But what I also remember from that story is brothers from around Rhoda's way, brothers from her community saying Rhoda is a liar. And she's a known liar and has pulled stunts like this before. Personally, I didn't know what to believe. Okay, I just listened to both sides. Let's flash back to the original report, courtesy of Fox 5.
Woman is so now he says he didn't know what to believe. He just listened to both sides. Is that true, guys? Or did he allow the narrative to run rampant that that's what happened and that's what we do? And didn't he spend all of his time talking about the men that don't come to the defense of these women? But now he's trying to play it like a neutral, look, he's trying to play it like a neutral journalist who was just reporting the news when it came out. You did a whole segment, bro. You didn't just report it and say, okay, well, let's find out both sides. We don't know. That's not what you did, Charlemagne.
Okay. Well, according to charging documents, that whole story was a lie. Okay, a falsehood, a farce. In the famous words of Takeoff, cap. Okay. Well, I overstepped Takeoff. Go ahead, play it again. Cap. I'm sorry. You can't. Rest in peace, Takeoff. Let's go to Houston 2 for the new report, please.
Yo, this man just hit me in my...
More than 1 million page captured.
She told
a prosecutor, Keith Houston, aggressor, $2, but his, which claimed
I'm talented.
Is somebody's wig installation fund. All right. This is also another reason why you can't rush to conclusions because of things you see on social media. We jump out the window, we pick these sides and don't have any facts. All we have is how this video makes us feel. And get
do you hear him? Now he's trying to lecture us. You know, we just jump out the window and we who is we, nigga? This ain't French. We hear these stories and we're quick to believe them. No, we don't do that. We don't just hear a story about somebody saying they got assaulted and send $50,000 to their GoFundMe. We don't do that. We don't hear a story about somebody got assaulted, then do a whole show allowing other people to spill their unnecessary information on black men. Charlemagne the God, when he initially talked about it, he said, I can't believe black men are this cowardly and I can't believe that we've gotten to this point. He was saying the same shit.
That's what feelings aren't facts. Your feelings often lie to you. Your feelings are not a good judge of anything, and feelings cannot last. It's just a chemical reaction in your brain. That's it. Which is why I laugh often at things on social media, especially when these folks talk about things they have no clue of with such confidence. Y'all have no idea how bad you all get manipulated. Now, Rhoda should be charged with more.
He said, we have no idea how bad we're manipulated, but he works for the radio station that's doing the manipulation. Let me read some comments. Maybe y'all aren't reading. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe y'all aren't seeing how all of this is real-time propaganda. Everything I'm bringing you tonight is real-time propaganda happening this week as we speak. I'm not talking about COINTELPRO 1962 when they took the Black Panthers down, when they assassinated Martin Luther King. I'm talking about propaganda today. The dress and the brick is common day, modern day propaganda.
In felony theft by deception, because if she hadn't been found out, if they hadn't found out she was lying, she was ready and willing to send some innocent man to jail for a crime that didn't even happen. She told police it was an unknown man, but guarantee if they would have picked someone up, she would have said it was him. So sometimes you have to get on some Minority Report stuff and charge people for what they thought about doing. You have to start making examples. Since you shouldn't believe all of anything anyone tells you, and that you should believe all of what they tell you. We should listen to people, listen to proof. Okay, simple. And stories like Rhonda are why we should get rid of the all. Believe women? Okay, cool. I read one addictive and recognized that false allegation. Sense to me. And Rhonda, you need to apologize. Right? We never hear people who make these false allegations and then get found out apologize.
Charlemagne says Rhoda needs to apologize. But don't you think Charlemagne needs to apologize? Who do you think needs to, who had the bigger platform? The woman who lied and she's known for lying, or the man with the syndicated radio show that everybody listens to, and you allowed this narrative to go out as well? Who did more damage, guys? We're about to get out of here. I promise. I'm done. Who did more damage? This is real day propaganda in front of us, and it's like All I can do at the end of the day is shout to the top of my lungs about this. You know I don't really get no views. This video is probably gonna do 150 views. That's fine. I appreciate y'all who are here, and I know I blew your mind. I know I blew your mind when I showed you the footage. That man said, oh yeah, I was in Minnesota. I mean, my brother was in Minnesota, like the brick woman. It's all coming out, guys. This is why the grassroots is important. But listen to this nigga say that Rhoda needs to give people an apology.
People who make these false allegations and didn't get found out apologize. The main reason she should apologize is because she makes it bad for all the women who have actually been through what she lied about.
There was another part in this interview where he said that the dudes who were questioning her were right. You can go watch this. I don't want to get a strike, but if you watch this, his whole little bullshit thing, he says, yeah, the dudes who were interviewing her, the dudes who were questioning her and said she was a liar were right. But Charlemagne is also the same dude who said, the people who said, listen to this. I'm going to say this last thing about Charlemagne and I'm gone. Charlemagne loves to come back after the fact and ride the wave. Like, for instance, right now, if you watch this interview, he says, the dudes who were in talking about us, the dudes who were questioning this woman, they were right. He says that. But before that was a popular thing to say, he was shitting on us for questioning. Now, Charlemagne one time sat with Nipsey Hussle. You guys can go look up that interview, Charlemagne the God, Nipsey Hussle. In that interview, Nipsey Hussle says he believes that Dr. Sebi was killed. You guys can go watch that interview. Nipsey Hussle, Charlemagne the God, Breakfast Club. Nipsey Hussle was alive. He said, I think Dr. Sebi was killed, and I'm doing a documentary on Dr. Sebi. And Charlemagne was like, yeah, that's very possible. And yeah, I know that's how the government does. And da-da-da-da-da. Fast forward 2 years later, Nipsey Hussle's killed. He's not able to complete his Dr. Sebi documentary. Now, Charlemagne gave Donkey of the Day to people who said Nipsey Hussle was killed by the government. I'm going to say it again. One last time, I'm going to say this. Charlemagne sat in front of Nipsey Hussle and agreed that the government kills people who are on to some information. The government assassinates black people, counterintelligence program. He was fine with that when he was sitting in front of Nipsey. Then when Nipsey died for talking about that, now we're donkeys for saying what Nipsey said. So Dr. Sebi was killed by the government, but we're donkeys for believing Nipsey Hussle was killed by the government. So this is the type of nigga that he would be dangerous at the cookout, guys. I'm going to just say that. I'm going to leave it there. This is the type of nigga that would probably be the DJ at the cookout. Oh, of course, Charlemagne. Yeah. Charlemagne, come on. He doesn't even have to be invited to the cookout. That's Charlemagne the God. They have the number one. They had Farrakhan on here. Louis Farrakhan was on the Breakfast Club. But this is one of the most dangerous Negroes in America. And I've said it before. I've never really stressed it, but I'll say it again. This man that you're looking at right here is one of the most dangerous black men in America. Why? What's his weapon? The microphone. He doesn't have an AK-47. His weapon is the microphone. So you guys can go watch that interview, but I just wanted to focus on the fact that he said that we were right, but he did not apologize. So ultimately, what am I trying to say with this entire thing? Let me end this off, and I'm gonna let you guys enjoy your Friday night. Let me remove this. Stop screen. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Okay, so in comparison, could somebody? Oh shit! Hold on. I hate when it does that. Okay, I'm about to refresh the page, but can you guys put in the chat what is the moral of the story that you got tonight? What is some of the takeaway points that you got from the brick situation and the new evidence with the man. What is some of the things you got away from the dress situation? Talk to me in the chat. What is the moral of the story? I'm about to get out of here, y'all. Thank you guys for joining me. What is the moral of the story tonight? If you did not watch the whole thing, that's cool. You can run it back. I really do want you to see the receipt, the new stuff on the dude who threw the brick. And allegedly, we're going to see the video tonight. I don't personally think it's going to come out tonight. The dude said tonight is going to come out the video of them slapping each other. We'll see if that comes out. De facto, also let me know. You said the brick lady is out on bond. That means she went to jail, paid the $50,000 bond, and she's already out and she has a mugshot. Talk to me in the chat. I'm gonna read some comments and we're out of here, y'all. I do have some more videos. Like I can show you, like, okay, I'll show you one more thing just to prove my point. Just to prove my point, guys. Just to prove my point about this whole dress thing and the attack on black men, I'm gonna show you one little last video, and I can't even play the audio because I'll probably get a copyright strike. I'm gonna just show you one last thing, and then I'm gonna read these comments, and I'm gone. Okay? History, 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 history. Where is that video? Where's that video? Where's that video? Where's that video? There it is. There's the video. There's the video. There's the video. Okay, guys. Thank you guys for joining me. We're going to watch this last video just so that I can prove my point that I've already proved a long time ago. But, you know, I like to rub it in a little bit. Just for anybody who thinks that, oh, J-Lethal, you just be going on about this stuff. You need to talk about something else. How about no? And how about you answer this? This is the same dude who said he has integrity. Go look up Kevin Hart when he was asked about I'm not going to play the audio because I'll probably get a copyright strike, but I'm going to talk over this and I'm going to let you see this real quick. This is the same dude, Kevin Hart, who said he has integrity. When they asked him about wearing a dress, they also asked him. And he said, no, I haven't ran into that. You know, I'm a brand. I have to protect my brand. Somebody put that in the chat. Kevin Hart said, you know, I'm a comedian, but I have to protect my brand, so I don't do the dress thing. Think about that. Kevin Hart. That's Kevin Hart right there, guys. Read it and weep, ladies and gentlemen. That's Kevin Hart who said, I have integrity. I have to protect my brand, and I'm not wearing no dress. A few short years later, he's on the main stage, Saturday Night Live, and I guess this is supposed to be a joke. We talked about all the men, and there's still a lot of men that we didn't name. Honorable mentions goes out to Odell Beckham Jr., wore a dress on the red carpet. Russell Westbrook wore a dress twice. LeBron James wore a dress for a Progressive commercial, Progressive Insurance. Go look up LeBron James Progressive Insurance commercial. He's dressed like a woman with a wig on. So this dude said, I have integrity. I have a brand to protect. Even though I'm a comedian, I don't wear the dress. And now look at him. Just so we're clear, guys, I just want to rub it in before we get out of here. And I want to make sure you guys understand it. Now I'm going to read some comments. What was the moral of the story? Oh, but look at this real quick before we end. Look at this nigga. Look at him. Look at him. This is the same dude. He said, I have a brand. I'm not just going to do some stupid thing wearing a dress for some cheap giggle. I have a brand to protect. And that's the face I make. Look, you saw that face? That's the face I made when I saw this. Hold on. This is the face I made when I saw this dude. That's the face I made when I saw this dude after he said, I have integrity. Remember, Kevin Hart is the same dude who got his butt humped by Shaq. And that sounds crazy, by the way. To get butt humped by Shaq sounds really crazy. But Kevin Hart got butt humped by Shaq. We showed it. And you're going to ask me why I spend my time talking about this. If I'm not going to talk about this, what should I talk about? This is the main stage. This is the main agenda here. You think it doesn't, affect the common black man, but it does. It does. It very much does. Look at this nigga right here. But this the part I want to show you right here. Look. This the part I want to show you. Hold on. Mind you, he's supposed to be the Pope. Tell me in the chat what the Pope is known for. They're talking about the Pope. He's supposed to be the new Pope. That's why he's wearing a dress. He's supposed to be a little girl, a little black girl. That's the new Pope. That's supposed to be the joke. And all he's doing is dancing around. He doesn't even have any lines. He just dances around. But this is that Howard Stern shit I told you about. Them writers. Who's the writers of Saturday Night Live? Are they Black American? Do the writers of Saturday Night Live care about the systematic enforcement of the ideologies of white supremacy, in particular the buck breaking of our ancestors? Look at Kevin Hart. Look. I'm gone, guys. I'm literally gone. No outro, nothing. I'm just going to drop the camera. I'm going to drop the microphone. Look at Kevin Hart. Hold on. Look. Look at him. Look. Wow. And look at the red men's faces. Look at the red men's faces. This is supposed to be the Pope. What is the Pope and them known for? Guys, he's bouncing around behind him, Cha-Cha. Hold on. Cha-Cha, he's bouncing around behind him. Talk to me in the chat. What is the imagery here? Is this comedy? You mean to tell me that, let me guess, the Saturday Night Live writers, they weren't trying to be funny with this, right? Don't you remember Kevin Hart also had a gay joke? We got to do a deep dive on Kevin Hart one day, because Kevin Hart called out Puff Daddy when he was doing that gay shit. Kevin Hart got, I think he was supposed to do the Oscars or the Emmys or something one year, and they pulled up an old joke where he said he was going to throw a dollhouse at his son. If he found out his son was gay, he was going to throw a dollhouse at him 10 years ago. So, and then he had that footage where he said, I'm not going to wear a dress because I have a brand. So Kevin Hart actually has a history of speaking against the dresses. But now, look at Kevin. Look at Kevin now, guys. Getting butt humped by Shaq. Look at the dude who has him on his back. Oh yeah, look at the dude. Oh yeah, we got Kevin. Look at the dude. The dude who's giving him a piggyback ride. Look at the dude giving him a piggyback ride. Look at his face. And look at the other red men's faces next to him. And look at Keenan's face. Look at Keenan's face. Keenan knows he sold his soul too. Keenan has the face of Get Out. Look, guys, hold on. Before I leave, I'm going to leave you with this. What you're watching right now is a humiliation ritual. Fuck, they took it down. They took what down? Hold on, fuck. It must have been the Saturday Night Live part. God dog it. Hold on. Sorry, YouTube. How long have I been taken down, guys? How much? They're not going to take it all the way down. I think they just suspended it because I showed a little bit too much. How did you see the Saturday Night Live thing? Did you see the Saturday Night Live? Oh, it's down again. What? YouTube, come on. I'm about to get out of here. Stop playing with me. Bring me back. Bring me back. Hold on. Damn. They might give me a, I don't know. They're not going to give me a strike, but they might take the stream down. Damn it. Stream down again. Hold on. Hold. Shit. Come on, YouTube. I was talking over it. Hold on. Come on, guys.
I'm literally gone. No.
Wow, stream suspended. Your stream was interrupted. Okay, we'll bring it back. Wow, hold on. Let me refresh the page. I don't know what they want me to do. I guess that's it. Wow. That's kind of crazy. All I had was 12 on there anyway. Wow. Oh, it's back. That's kind of crazy. It's back. All right, guys. I can't show you no more. That's happened before. I can't remember if it takes the stream down or if they just I don't remember. So if this stream is not up later, I'll just have to upload it. It won't be a problem. I'll just upload it without that little part. But if you watch the video, go look up Kevin Hart's Saturday Night Live. Go look at Keenan's face. That's the last thing I'm saying. I'm out of here. Go look at Keenan's face while Kevin Hart is riding on that dude's back. It's a humiliation ritual, initiation ritual, and Keenan has already been initiated into the thing. Remember, Keenan was one of the dudes who wore a dress a long time ago on All That. Keenan and Kel. He was wearing a dress on Nickelodeon. He was wearing a dress on Saturday Night Live. So he's sitting there like this. He's sitting there like, you remember the black people on Get Out? That they were black, but they were already fucking transformed or something. They were just like, yes. So go look that up. Hopefully the stream doesn't get taken down. I've already been here much longer than I should have been. But thank you guys for joining me. The first half of the stream was we were talking about the new updates with the Brick Lady. Second half was about the Black Man in Dress. Go watch it. If it is not up, I will re-upload it, guys. So thank you guys so much. Rhoda probably reported it. Here's some last question, de facto. Did you say Rhoda is on bond? Meaning Rhoda went to jail already today and is out today and has a mugshot probably somewhere. Is that what you said? It's very different than being on the run. Well, not necessarily, but did she turn herself in? Because if I know anything about Houston jail, it's a process. You do not get out in 5 hours, even if you have the money. Okay, because you said earlier that she was out on bond. That's very different. We want to spread factual information. She's still on the run. She's still a fugitive. You sent it to me on IG. What? Give me the truth. What happened? Is she on? What did you come on? De facto, I have a lot of hold on, let me see. Oh, de facto, this is you on Instagram? I didn't even know that. Are you MDS? Osmond has previous charges in multiple locations, including the Virgin Islands, Minneapolis, Hennepin County, Williamson County, Travis County. She is currently on bail. Oh, Oh, she posted bond from her other assault. She has another assault that happened shortly after the brick situation in September. Okay, yeah. She was already out on bail. Oh, damn. So they could revoke her bail or something, right? If she was out on bail already and then caught a $40,000 felony theft by deception charge and she's on the run. Guys, I go look into the school she went to and the school that she's attending. Her school needs to know that she's on the run. Her job, everything needs to know she's on the run. This is a fugitive, guys. I'm a concerned tax-paying citizen. This is a crazy woman on the run, and we need to make sure the police, the beautiful Houston police, can put her in the proper place of rehabilitation, which is the Houston County Jail. Put her deep in the Houston County Jail with the orange jumpsuit on the 7th floor, matter of fact, the 6th floor, and let her just trade brownies. Did I tell you guys when I went to, I'm getting out of here. When I went to the Houston jail, a nigga came and gave, a white man came and gave me a brownie. I didn't know what the fuck's going on. I'm trying to get out of here. He gave me a little brownie, and I'm like, oh, okay, thanks, bruh. About 4 hours later, he come trying to give me a honey bun. All right. Chill out. I'm cool. I'm going to sit here and eat this little, this little rice right here. I'm cool. I don't need the honey bun, and because now I'm starting to feel away. Let the brick lady go in there and figure out the honey bun and the brownie situation like all of us had to, okay? Until the next time I see y'all at your boy. I'm going to read the comments later. And please, you already know what it is. Vibrate higher.